The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Horrible Gamers podcast, show number 195, being recorded on March the 17th, 2018. I'm one of your hosts, Jesus Gonzalez, also known as Jesus Walks a Lot. Today, I'm joined by the crew, starting from the Great White North, Ryan Gibson, the Canadian, Gib8777. Welcome back, Gib.
What's going on, everybody? Another episode of Horrible Gamers. Let's do this.
That's right. And also from the West Coast, the best coast, my friend Gunny Chief. Welcome back, Gunny.
That's right. What's up, guys? How the heck are you?
Pretty good. Pretty damn good. Guys, real quick heads up to all the listeners out there, guys and gals. We are using a new recording software today, so let us know how it sounds and what you think of it. I mean, last week we had some audio issues, so we decided to move away from that certain platform we were using to this one. So hopefully this is a little bit better for you. And yeah, let's get the show started. First off and foremost, you can follow us on Twitter at _Horrible Gamers. You can always join our Facebook group, Horrible Gamers Podcast Community, over on Facebook. It's a big group. Go join it. Talk with other gamers on there. And you can always email us as well at feedback@horriblegamers.com. A big shout out to our Patreons this week who have pledged money to us every month. Starting off with Jonathan Hall, Alan Mabey, Joshua Wolf, Bill Gardner, Evan Tanaka, and John Jerome. Thank you guys so much for helping us out, and you can do so as well. Head over to patreon.com/horriblegamers and give us some of your money. Anything as little as $1 helps out, but if you want to donate more, go ahead. Or why not? Why not?
We're not going to stop you.
Yeah. Also, our intro song is done by Fowler and Twistix, and it's called Breakout, and our outro song is done by Broke for Free, and it's called Night Owl. So go check those guys out. And yeah, let's get it going here, guys. Let's talk about what we've been playing this week. I haven't played much, but I did play a few games a lot. So
Wait, Jesus. You didn't play much.
I didn't play a lot of games, but I played these two games quite a bit.
So that means that we're not going to go on for like an hour with you talking about what you've been playing.
Yeah, kind of. So I want to start off real quick because I played Uncharted a lot this week, Uncharted 4, and I'm literally at the end of the game. I'm at the end part. And I was playing it so much that I got to that point and I was like, I can't do this no more. I gotta stop. I gotta take a break. The time limit has, the limit is over. It went over the limits, so I had to stop, and I'll go back to it eventually.
Right at the end. Why didn't you just finish it? Then you wouldn't have to go back to it.
It was late. It was like 11 at night. I had to go to work.
Oh, 11 at night. Oh,
I wake up at 5 in the morning, man. Come on,
I know. I'm just fucking with you, Jesus.
So I was like, I can't be up for another half hour trying to kill all these guys. There's so many guys at the end that are just trying to kill you, and you got
It's good though. It's good though. Yeah. Did you play it before?
No,
I didn't.
I never got.
Yeah.
I mean, I played a little bit before. I got a quarter of the way through almost, but now I'm at the end, and it's fucking crazy, dude. That game is good. That game is so much fun. It is really well done. The characters are just so good, dude. The characters are so good in that game. I love those characters.
Are you gonna play the other content that they came out with?
The DLC, the one that came out with the chicks. I kind of want to get that. Yeah, I mean, but I don't know if I'm gonna buy it right after I'm done with Uncharted. Maybe I'll
give it a break. Have a break in between
or something. Yeah, when there's a drought of games, I might play it to there sometime. Because I heard it's not that long and it's $30. I mean, fuck, But Uncharted is good, guys. I recommend it to anybody who hasn't played it. Uncharted 4 is a great game. It is super well done. It is amazing looking. The bad guys are pretty good. Like they chase you down and shit. Like I remember in old Uncharted games, they would kind of just stand there sometimes. And like in this one, it seems like they go out and actively look for you and chase you down and actually like jump ledges and shit.
Yeah, they like try and flank you and shit.
Yeah. Those shotgunners are pretty fucking hardcore, man. You gotta throw grenades at those guys. They have a lot of armor on them. And yeah. But the platforming is good. It just makes me want a new Tomb Raider game, honestly. And then I'm excited for the new Tomb
you're
Raider.
gonna get one.
Yeah, I'm excited for the new Tomb Raider. I heard the movie's really shitty, but I gotta go watch it.
Yeah, I heard that too, but I still want to see it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just like the Assassin's Creed movie. It was pretty bad, but I still watched it. It was still kind of Assassin's Creed. But yeah, I mean, that's one of the games that I played this week, guys. Uncharted 4. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out.
Hell yeah.
What about you, Ryan?
Well, I've been playing a little game that on my phone and tablet.
Oh, little game.
Because it's available in Canada.
I saw that.
So you guys,
Not in America.
any of our Canadian listeners can go play this. It's PubG Mobile, and you don't have to jump through the Chinese server hoops that you had to jump through and not be able to read what's going on and whatnot. It's all in English. It's awesome. So I got a couple of stories actually about this because I've had some really, really good games. The first game that I played, I jumped in and I was collecting stuff and I was just going solo. It wasn't squad or anything. So I'm running around. I got some pretty good guns. I think I'm pretty set. So I started making my way towards the circle and I got into this house and then I heard some dude pull up in a Jeep. And he got out of the Jeep and he was like looking around in some other places. So I snuck out and then it was fucking hilarious because I snuck out of the house and I look out the house and I see him. He looks at me. He looks at the car. He looks back at me and I'm doing the same thing. I look at him. I look at the car. I look at him again. And then all of a sudden he went for the car and I was like, no. Boom, 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 boom. And took him down. So I got in the car and I started driving around, just running people over. I'm just fucking running people over and running them over. And then I finally made it to a spot where I was like, okay, there's a rock over here. I'm just going to get out of the car and I'm going to take a look around. I got out, I hid by the rock and I started looking around and I got fucking sniped from behind. But I made it to six. So I was pretty happy with that. I was like, okay, that's not bad. But then today I went into squads and I met up with, I got squatted up with this one guy that spoke English and these two Japanese or Chinese guys, and they didn't speak English barely at all. Like a little bit, I think they understood what we were saying, but they couldn't speak back to us. Like just very, very little things they would say. Like we'd hear them go, 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 and that meant go back to the car. And we'll move out.
Pretty self-explanatory.
Go.
Yeah, that's what they would say.
Forward.
Whenever they wanted to leave, you would hear them both go, 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 go.
Go where? By the tree. Which one?
No, but we figured it out. Like me and the other guy were like, okay, they're running towards the car. So I think when they say go, 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 it means they want to leave. And they're just trying to get us to get in the vehicle with them and move along.
Oh, yeah.
So anyways, this squad... We got 2 chicken dinners in a row. I burnt out the battery on my phone and I burnt out the battery on my tablet playing with these guys. Like I had no battery power left. The last game we were playing, I was telling them, I'm like, guys, I might not make it. If I drop out, good luck because my battery's going to die any second now.
Damn.
And we actually made it to the end of the match and said goodbye to everybody, and then my battery died, literally, like, just after I said goodbye to everyone.
I'm going to have to make a Canadian account now to download this.
Yeah, it's
man.
a soft launch, so...
Honestly.
I think, the thing is, right, like, they're going to release it in Canada for a soft launch because there's not as many people, right?
Yeah.
You're going to get a smaller group, and I will say one thing. The game runs really well, but it does chug sometimes. Like, it gets... When you get into tight corners, the camera kind of shakes a little bit, and it's a little weird, but it's tolerable. You know what I mean? Like you could still deal with it. but I find like when I'm coming out of doorways and stuff like that, it'll do like a little weird like jolt. So like if there's somebody there, you might miss them because the camera's doing like weird stuff. But yeah, PubG Mobile, guys. Like if you can make a Canadian account and download it, it's just on the App Store for Android.
Super easy to make a Canadian account. Super easy to make an account for any country on iOS at least. I don't know about Android how easy it is on there, but on iPhone it's super easy. You just make a new email with the iCloud email.
I'm sure somebody is gonna rip this and make an APK, and you could just download it. Because the guy that was speaking English, he was in New Orleans.
Yeah, so he probably made a Canadian account.
So he probably either made a Canadian account or found the APK and just installed it that way.
Yeah, it's not hard to do. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it after the show today, actually, and I'm gonna check it out because I'm interested in seeing how it looks with the English menus. Because
it's much easier. It's so much easier. That guy sent you that message saying, "Yeah, PubG Mobile is so much better when it's in English."
Yeah, no doubt.
I want to play this on my iPad. How do you play this, Ryan? Just touch controls?
Yeah, I just played with the touchscreen controls, but I'm sure you can hook up a Bluetooth controller if you wanted to and do it that way.
So yeah, I mean, that's crazy, man. How PUBG has decided to like push forward to the West because recently
because of Fortnite.
We talked about it last week. How they're coming out to iPhone and Android, and man, Fortnite is just eating PUBG's lunch right now. They're just like killing PUBG. I think they really are.
PUBG is still doing well. Like, don't think that they're not.
They're still doing good, but they're not doing Fortnite good.
Yeah, exactly.
Fortnite is like on another level, dude. The Fortnite is like on a completely different level. I think they're both up there, but Fortnite is just destroying everything, dude. I bet every game right now is looking at Fortnite like, how the hell do we copy them?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Well, I mean,
and the thing is with the mobile version, PUBG is a strict mobile server. You're not playing with anyone else. You're just playing with people on mobile.
Okay.
Now, Fortnite is going to be different. Fortnite is going to be cross-platform. You're going to be playing with everybody. So that is going to be really weird.
But that's going to be good, I think, because the pool of players is going to be so huge that you're never going to have nobody to play with.
Yeah, but the advantages of, you know what I mean? PC players having the Twitch advantage of having a mouse and keyboard. And then I don't know how they're going to set up.
But on the mobile, you can disable that. You can disable if you want to play.
Yeah. You can say you don't want to play with crossplay. But you know what I mean? Like, I wonder if they're going to do the same thing that PUBG did, where like when you walk into a place, if there's something on the ground that you need, automatically pick it up. It just picks it up.
I don't know if they're going to do that because they said it's going to be the exact same game. I think if you do that for mobile, it'll give them an advantage over the PC players and over the console players.
But it's so hard to look at stuff, you know? Like I was telling you, playing on my phone,
some company will come out with the controller. But I mean, Fortnite already said you can use a PlayStation controller with your phone.
Yeah.
You can use an Xbox controller with your phone. So that kind of almost levels it out a bit, you know? Like you don't even need a console at that point to play Fortnite on your TV. You just put it on your phone and like, you know how you can sometimes broadcast your phone to the TV. You could just do it that way. Just broadcast it to the TV, and now you have a controller that's connected to your phone, that connected to your TV, and now you have Fortnite on your TV, on any TV.
Yeah, well, I think most people that are going to be playing PUBG or, they'll probably just be. Like if it's going to be mobile, they'll just be playing on their phone or their tablet. So, I don't know how
casting to your TV is going to work though. There's a latency there, and
a little bit.
It's not going to feel right, I don't think. But who knows? Maybe they'll work that out. What I was saying was like I was having issues when I was playing on my phone, and I got a new phone, guys. I got a Google Pixel XL2, but it's like the big screen. But it's still like so tiny. Like I have to sit looking real close. So that's why I decided to play on my tablet. When I went to my tablet, it's a 9.7-inch screen. It's pretty big, and that was so much better. Guys. Like But it's nice to play on your phone, like when you're out and about or whatever, right? You're at a doctor's appointment or something. You're waiting for your fucking doctor.
You know how many kids are going to be playing this in their class?
Oh, all
shit.
the time, yeah.
Oh, man.
Play Fortnite, guys.
Everybody's going to be hanging out in school playing this shit all day long.
Yeah.
All day. Oh, it's movie day in class today. Let's all pull out our phones and play Fortnite instead of watching fucking movie. Yeah.
But anyways, guys, that's PubG Mobile. What have you been playing, Gunny?
It's good. It's good.
Oh, you got more?
Just play it, guys. Honestly, it's a good thing, dude. I'm glad it come out finally to mobile on the West. Cause damn if they didn't fuck up by just releasing it in China.
Yeah,
I think
that
I'm
was
gonna
a
wait.
big mistake, man. But again, I think that was a big test market for them, right? Like to release in China, that's a huge test market.
That is.
Not to mention all the people that went, various ways to download it themselves in North America, right? So, and that's why I was saying, like, it makes sense for them to launch in Canada first because it's a much smaller population. So they can test those servers out a little better and say, you know what, maybe we need to tweak that before we release it to the US, right?
The company who released it in China, dude, the company who actually owns the right, I think, to the Chinese mobile, they're a huge developer.
Oh, yeah.
Huge publisher, dude.
It's the same people. It's Tencent.
Those motherfuckers, I'm looking at their Wikipedia right now. It says here that their company value is $899 billion.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, yeah. Tencent, don't sleep on them. They're fucking humongous.
Those guys are huge as fuck.
They were talking about buying out PUBG Corp.
They should.
That's what they're talking about.
PUBG is too slow at pushing out updates. They're falling behind. Their optimization isn't good. If they had somebody like Tencent owning them, they could just pump $500 million into the game and hire a bunch of people to fucking fix it. That's what it needs. Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Gunny,
I think I'll wait till it officially comes out on the iOS to play it on my iPad.
Why?
It already came out on Canada iOS. It's officially out on iOS.
No, instead of
making
a Canadian account, I'll just wait till it's out in the US.
It's super easy to make a Canadian account, Gunny. It literally takes you 8 minutes max. 8 minutes.
Okay, we can talk about it after the show.
We'll talk about it. I'll walk you through it after the show.
All right, sounds good.
And then we'll all squad up.
Yeah, because you can add friends, right?
Yep.
Oh, shit.
I added those guys that I was playing with. I added them all.
There you go.
Oh, cool.
Friends list.
All right. I only played a couple of games this week, but just on the PC, just played my City Skylines.
Oh, God. Here we go again.
That game just sucked me back in. I just played a bunch of that, playing on one of the modded saved games that I have. That I just been enjoying that lately, where I'll take a saved game and then just kind of make it my own, where I'll change a few things. So that's all I've been doing, guys, on the PC. More City Skylines. Oh, I think I heard Wing talking about them making that possibly a.
It's going to be in games with Game Pass next month, I think.
Oh, you serious?
I didn't know that Microsoft published that.
No, they didn't.
Oh, this will be cool. I think I'm excited for more of that Game Pass stuff where we're going to see more games.
And it's published by Paradox or some shit like that.
Or part of the library.
That just means that it could leave. You know what I mean? Because it's not a Microsoft product, so they could pull it any time. But City Skylines is supposed to be coming next month.
So, real quick I'm going to talk about Game Pass because I recently got a Microsoft message on my Xbox, and it was like, here's a free month of Game Pass. You won.
Oh, really?
I was like, I won. What the fuck did I win? And it was
fuck, all you guys are winning shit. You and
anything.
Wingman winning like $75 in fucking money. I'm like, what the fuck?
I won $25 off of that free to play stuff. They sent me a code for $25.
What were you playing that was free to play?
I don't even know. I didn't even play a free to play game. I think I launched
Did you play Paladins?
I launched Gems of War, and I looked at the main menu and I quit because this looks lame.
See, I didn't even play it on there. I played it on my iPad, and I didn't.
Yeah, if you would have played on Xbox, you would have got some money.
I should have played that free to play game on there to win money.
I know some people got a lot of money off of that. Like one guy on the TXL group was saying he got like $80 from Microsoft because he got a bunch of entries because of Gems of War. But anyways, I got Game Pass, so like I put the code in and it was like, yeah, you got a month of Game Pass, so now I'm gonna be able to play Sea of Thieves for free, pretty much. And
Nice.
but I was looking at the Game Pass list, man, and there's a lot of games on there that I'm thinking like, a lot of these games are games that like possibly lots of people are not playing, right? Like all these 360 backwards compatible games, like, and I wonder how fast they're gonna start switching those out. Because there's some cool ones in there like Bioshock, and I know lots of people haven't played those games. And I suggest you check them out, guys. Like honestly, don't just think like Sea of Thieves, Sea of Thieves. There's a lot of good games in there. Like Gears of War, Tomb Raider.
You got the new, you got Tomb Raider. You got Super Lucky's Tale is in there now.
I downloaded that, yeah.
There's lots of stuff in there to like. It's not all the greatest stuff, but
Yeah.
And here's the thing, right? Like I noticed this. Think about this, Jesus. Game Pass. You got Sea of Thieves coming out right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you got State of Decay 2 coming out next month. Is it May? I think it's in May.
May.
Yeah, it's in May, right? So these releases seem to be spread out every 3 months, which is when you're going to need to renew because they only sell 3 months at a time, right? So there's a renewal every 3 months. So if you just buy your 3 months, you get a free game, man.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep subscribing to it. Honestly, I mean, it's $10 a month, dude. I spend $10 a month on dumb shit every month. So I was like, you know what? I'd rather.
Yeah, and you think about it, right? Yeah. You're gonna get those games, and then you don't have to buy them, right? Like you don't have to buy them. So
yeah, so
it makes sense. I'm gonna do it too, man. I'm gonna grab Game Pass once next week when Sea of Thieves comes out. I'm gonna grab my Game Pass. So
and for the people that pre-ordered Sea of Thieves, it is available now for preload. So get in there and start downloading it.
Also, actually, I might not be buying Game Pass. That's up to Gunny.
Well, I have it. I have it downloaded
because Gunny has Game Pass, and I can download all the Game Pass stuff because we game share. Yeah.
So like,
I have most of the stuff downloaded. It's just some of the smaller
it's not like.
Oh, it doesn't matter, like, Gunny. I can just go into. I can go into Game Pass, like you know the little section where you can look at the Game Pass games.
Yeah.
And I can download them right from there. Okay. I don't need you to download them first.
Shit,
that's download. Yeah,
that's super cool. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know it worked like that. I thought it was like EA Access, where the other player has to download it first and then you can play it.
Yes, EA Access. We found that out this week. I had to renew my EA Access so that I could play the trial of Burnout.
Doesn't let you play the trials, huh?
Yeah, it doesn't let you play the trials because Gunny downloaded it and it was there in my ready to install list, and I installed it. But it wouldn't let me play it. It was like, no, you don't have access to this. So I paid $5.
Yeah,
I paid the $5 and got
Fuck EA. Fuck EA. Fuck them.
But I'm going to cancel
until they release Mass Effect 4, and then I'll love them again.
Was that what you wanted to talk about, Jesus? Or
no?
I'll just jump in.
No, my next game is actually a new game that came out this week, guys. It's a pretty new game. It just came out. It came out on Thursday night, which was a weird release day for it because it was like available on Wednesday at 9 p.m. Surviving Mars. I bought that game because I had some money on my Microsoft account, and I really liked City Skylines, and it's by the same developer, same publisher, actually. And so I bought it.
Ooh, how is it? I want to know.
So Surviving Mars is really hard. So basically, you're you're in Mars, and you have to build domes, you have to build resources, you have to mine resources to keep your people alive on Mars. So you start off by launching a rocket into Mars. You pick a landing spot, and you can increase the difficulty of the game. It's really hard at easy for me. So I can imagine players that are playing this on like the difficult settings, they're probably having a super hard time. So if you go in, there's an easy start mode. Easy start mode basically makes like the game, it gives you the most resources in the beginning, so it's a little bit easier for you, and it kind of gives you tips. Or you can just launch a new game. But when you launch a new game, it's a lot like City Skylines, where you pick a city and all that stuff, right? But in this one, you pick what country is going to be supporting your expedition into Mars, right? So you could put like USA, Russia, like there's a company on there called Space Y. I think it's like a mock of SpaceX or whatever. There's like there's like different countries, like there's like France, Germany, a bunch of different countries on there, and like, and as it goes down the list, it gets harder, right? Like this, like a little country like Japan or something, it's going to be like super hard to support you because you know they don't have as much resources as the other countries do. So what I did, I picked the International Mars Colonization Unit or some shit. So that's like an international committee or whatever that's basically the whole world is supporting you in Mars. So you get the most resources, the most money, like $30 million or some crap like that, or 50 million or something. And then you have like so many rockets you can launch. And depending on who you pick is how many rockets you have in the beginning. So in the beginning, I had 5 rockets, right? And each rocket, it takes time to travel from space, from Earth to Mars and Mars back to Earth. And so you're mining resources on Mars. You can mine like rich metals and stuff to send back to Earth, and they give you more money because they kind of like buy them off of you. Or you can shut that off, so you're not exporting anything, but you're making electronics on Mars to like rebuild and repair your bases and your drone equipment and your mining equipment, because it all starts breaking down after a while, and your little drones have to repair everything. And like, dude, I was playing the other day. I had probably put like 10 hours into my playthrough. I had 3 different domes, right? 3 different domes. I had 2 small domes, and I finally unlocked the research of a huge dome, like a medium-sized dome. It's not huge, but it's way bigger than the small one. And I started putting like apartment buildings in there and shit. Like I had like enough space for like about 150 people on Mars. So I transported. What does Jesus do when he has a space for 150 people on Mars and he already has 100? He decides to put 50 people on Mars on the huge dome, which only has apartments built in it and nothing else. So it doesn't have like a grocery store.
Oh.
It doesn't have a security station. It doesn't have anything. So 50 people come to Mars, and all of a sudden, all the red flags start popping up on my screen, like low resources, danger, low resources. Your people are panicking. And I'm like, why are they panicking? And like these fucking little cubes started showing up around my base, like these like floating cubes. And there's like the people are really starting to freak out about these cubes. You need to research what they are so the people know what they are and they're not freaking out, you know, because some people think it's aliens. Another group of people thinks they're God, like it's God coming to them. Another group of people think that it's like something that we should research, or some people think that's something we should destroy. So like you got like different groups of people forming. So I started losing resources. At around Soul 50, so like 50 days into the game, I started losing electricity. It started off with that, like low power resources. Please increase your power input or whatever. And I had a bunch of like windmills and a bunch of solar panels, but solar panels only produce energy during the daytime, and it's really crappy. And then and then you have the oxygen tanks that are making oxygen, for the people that are living inside your domes. And if you don't have enough oxygen, they start suffocating slowly, but they do die. And then water, obviously they need water to live. So I'm, little by little, I started like, your people are freaking out. So I sealed all the domes. I put a quarantine on all the domes so they couldn't, because when they start freaking out, they could leave the dome and move into another dome to like be with like happier people or whatever. But then those people start freaking out because they start losing resources because the other dome is taking up all their resources, right? So I quarantined like one dome at first, and then I quarantined all of them. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm shutting it down. I'm shutting it down, guys. Pathfinder Jesus shut down his stations. So
Oxygen is going off.
I shut off the power I shut off the power to like one of my domes, which was like my first dome. I shut off the power to it. So like next thing you know, like they have no oxygen being pumped into there. They have no water being pumped in. They have no food being brought in.
Total recall.
So they start it's like your people are freaking out, and the people, they can go crazy. Like this game, they did a really good job of like each person has individual traits. So like a person can become an alcoholic. And that means they work less hard. They're always drunk. They're always fucking fighting with people. Or they can become psychotic. They could legitimately like go crazy and start attacking people in your dome. Or they can like or get really depressed and kill themselves. Like they committed suicide, and I had a suicide happen, and then people started killing themselves, and I was just watching this happen. The last survivor was a little.
I was waiting for you to tell me that Arnie showed up and said, "Get your ass to Mars."
Get the Mars.
And then there was because I had no money left, man. Like at this point in the game, I had a little bit of money left from Earth. They weren't giving me any more funding. I had no funding left, and I had no resources left to repair my oxygen tanks and shit. And the thing about this that's really hard about the game is like when you find like a mine resource area, you start mining it, that resource eventually runs out. So you have to constantly be moving your dome, like rebuilding a whole new dome to move your people to that dome. But to build that new dome, you need resources. You need concrete. You need metals. You need electronics. You need machine parts. So if you don't have enough resources built enough or saved up to build a new dome, your people are fucked. They're just stuck in that dome that's going to die out eventually, or they start evacuating back to Earth. But since I quarantined them, they couldn't leave the dome, and they all died in there. Slowly but surely, they all died.
You know, so I'm looking at, I haven't even seen any, I mean, I can watch the trailers, but I haven't, you can't have them like access to just put them in a different dome? Is that an option as well?
They move by themselves. If the domes are open, they'll leave the dome to another dome to try to survive, right? Even if there's no enough, if they're homeless in one dome, but there's apartments in another dome, you'll see them leave that dome and it's be like they're relocating. So they're like jumping across Mars to get to the other dome, and then they get in there and they live in there now. But a lot of the factories, a lot of the mining, some of the factories that are built in the domes and around the domes, only the people that work in that dome have access to those factories. So like if there's nobody living in a dome, but all your factories are in that dome, there's nobody working. So no resources are being made from those factories. So you kind of have to quarantine them to have them stay there to keep making resources so they don't leave that fucking dome and go live somewhere else to, because then nothing's being made. So that's kind of that was my strategy at first, and it kind of didn't work out for me because the people started dying, they started fucking going crazy, and you can see them freaking out. Like they go to the hospital and they're like sitting there crying to the doctors, and the doctors are like, calm down, and they're just like crying, breaking down in front of the doctors, and they start freaking out when they start getting no oxygen and no water and no food. And yeah, man, it was pretty tragic. I like
those games, just like in City City Skylines, where like everybody's sick, now they're dying, and you just have to figure out why. Yeah,
you really do. But this game is hard. It's way harder than City Skylines. Way harder, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, and it had no individual personalities, of course. But you could follow certain people if you wanted to in City Skylines. I do that sometimes, but yeah, now I'm interested. I really want to try this out.
It's really hard. That's all I'm going to say. And I ran across some YouTube videos of like people giving tutorials on what to do at first, and it's just you got to have enough power being generated to like run the fucking domes and run the buildings and run this and run that. And it just gets really hard, man. And then you got research going on to like get better equipment and like AI, like you develop new AI. So like the factories, instead of like needing people to work in them, they run by themselves. They don't need people to work in them. They just run by themselves. They're AI factories. So you could start building those, but you need to research that first. And that's kind of like halfway to the research tree, which I got halfway because I was 50 days in. It's a long time into the game. But yeah, sure enough, the last person alive was a little kid. I don't even know how he was alive. He was like super healthy. Like I was like, because it said like, because I looked at colony overview and it said like 1 out of 120 people alive. I was like, 1 out of 120, where is he? Then I went to the big dome and he was just running around the dome. Just running around the dome.
Look up at you and go, Jesus, save me!
I've just been eating the grass and
I zoom in on him and he's just running around the dome, like going into the buildings and like having fun, and like his health meter.
I'm all by myself, motherfuckers.
Yeah. My family's dead. La 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 la.
His health meter was like. His health meter was like all the way full. Like it was like a full health meter, and I was like, "What the fuck? How do you see have full health? What do you do? Eat everybody? Like what the hell's going on here?"
And maybe what you needed to do, Jesus, was bring up a little girl and have them repopulate Mars.
Yeah.
No, see, he was Mars born. He wasn't even from Earth. He was born on Mars because you can see where they're born, and like And then it'll say on there like this kid was born in Mars or whatever.
But if you brought up another a little girl, and then they could have repopulated your
with new people. Oh shit! Yeah, man, I don't know.
Maybe I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
So wait, if your family originated from Earth and you all moved to Mars, but then you're born on there, are you an alien?
Yeah, you are. I don't even
no.
think you have citizenship on Earth anymore. You're a Mars citizen.
Maybe you could have a dual citizenship because your parents were from Earth.
Oh, there you go.
See.
Yeah, but the game is really hard, guys. It is so hard. And then constantly, like sometimes a dust storm will happen. So when dust storms happen, your windmills stop working, your oxygen tanks start producing oxygen. So you got to have reserve tanks that have saved up the extra oxygen that was being produced. So those kick on. But those will run out eventually out of the oxygen they have.
Sounds like too much work for me, man.
And like sometimes there's a meteor shower. So like all of a sudden like a bunch of rocks start coming down and hitting your dome and they start cracking the dome and you got to repair it real quick where people start dying. And like sometimes your pipes will fail. Just a bunch of random shit like that happens.
Oh, I can
and
see.
like those black cubes that started showing up, dude, they really freaked the people out. Because like the notification kept popping up and it said like the people are really starting to freak out, man. They're starting to come up with some theories of what those black cubes are, and you don't want them to start freaking out because they will revolt against the colony or start going crazy thinking the cubes are talking to them. And like the guy, and I was like, okay, and it's like you must start research on the cubes right away. We recommend it right away. So like I started the research, and like when everybody was dying, the researchers finally figured out kind of what the cubes were. Like initially, like they said they cracked one open, and they were able to crack it open, but then it kind of reformed itself to like a stronger cube. So like, and then it said like, what do you want to do next? Do you want to keep cracking them open, or do you want to just store them somewhere and like keep them in like a dome sealed off by themselves to see what happens, or do you want to keep breaking them to see what happens? So like I don't know if like the story kind of spins off in two different ways of what you decide to do with them, because some people worship the cubes, man. They started worshiping them and shit, like we worship the cubes, we think they're God, and like crazy shit starts happening.
Let's get Superman in here.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a weird game, but it's really super well done. The graphics are pretty nice. Like I said, it's a little bit more detailed than City Skylines because you can zoom in and you can see the people having dinner at night. You can see them working. You got little drones driving around Mars, like little robot drones that do all the work and shit. And
Can you see?
it's pretty interesting.
Can you see some of the DLC with some kind of alien like invasion? As far as like
I could see that, definitely.
Like what we see in the Aliens movies, Aliens, you know?
Yeah, something like that. I could see that. Yeah. And the only downside to the whole thing that I thought was pretty dumb is you cannot connect the domes through like a tunnel. Like I thought you could. Like I was thinking, like, why don't they just like release an update to like add a tunnel that you can connect to the other domes? So you just have all the domes connected with tunnels, right? It makes sense, right?
Yeah, or have like a little train thing that goes from dome to dome.
But no, it doesn't fucking do that. It's like nope, you can't do that. You
So
don't.
all the domes are separate.
They're all
separate
self-contained.
domes.
Huh? Okay.
Yeah, they're all like, you got to have like residences in all of them. You got to have enough, like, because I was thinking if you could connect all the domes, that could make like one dome all factories, one dome all the houses and apartments, and then like one dome the grocery store and the shopping area. That was my mentality. But no, man, you cannot do that. And there's only so much space in each dome to build stuff in. So you got to kind of manage like how many people am I going to have living here, as to how many like other things am I going to put in here. Like, am I going to put a factory in here? Maybe I'm not going to put a factory in here. So you got to think about all that. Yeah, that's it. Surviving Mars, guys.
Nice. $40 on Steam. Right
You
now.
know what's so shitty? You know what's so shitty? I bought the $70 version of the game, and the season pass wasn't part of that, which I thought it was when I initially bought it, because it said deluxe edition. But then when the game came out, the very next day on Friday, yesterday, they released a new version of the game that's called the Deluxe Super Deluxe Edition. For $75, you get the $30 season pass with it. I was like,
you got ripped off.
I was like, for $5 more, I would have got the season pass if I would have waited to buy it on Friday instead of pre-ordering it. And I was like, I was so mad about that. Like, I don't even know who thought of that idea or who decided to come up
that's
with that
stupid.
idea.
I've seen him do that with games on Xbox like that.
It's so fucking stupid. So I was like thinking to myself, like, man, I'm never gonna buy a game on Xbox pre-order. Like, I'm gonna buy it the day after it comes out because they're gonna start doing shit like this. It's bullshit, dude. That really pissed me off.
Yeah, I'm looking on Steam. There's a deluxe upgrade pack for $10, and then the season pass is, I think, 35, 40.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, on Xbox is 30 for the season pass, but
It's 80.
still,
yeah,
I thought it was
version.
really shitty how they did that.
Yeah, that sucks.
And then and that's why when you go on Xbox right now and you look at the reviews, a lot of people gave it a 1-star review because of
I
that.
see
Just
that.
because of that.
Yeah.
Just because of that. They're like, you fucking assholes. I pre-ordered this shit and you didn't give me the season pass, and now for $5 more people can buy the season pass. It's like, what the fuck? And I'm kind of pissed off about it too. But that's it, guys. That's all I played this week.
Yeah.
Okay, so much for Jesus not taking 45 minutes with his games.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I wanted to hear about it, so
I know.
yeah,
It's a new game, so it makes sense. So I'm gonna just kind of, I got more games than you guys, so I'm gonna go through a couple right here. I played this game called Rad Rogers. I saw this. It came out like about a month or so ago, and I remember watching the trailer for it, and I was like, "This looks kind of cool. It looks kind of like funny." You're this little kid, and your mom comes in and says, "Yeah, you can't play video games anymore. Blah blah blah. Go to bed. Do your homework." No.
Brush
And
your
the
teeth
kid's
and
like,
go to bed.
"Screw you, mom." So like he goes to go to bed, and all of a sudden his TV turns on. And the fucking video game console fucking grabs him and sucks him into the fucking TV, and now he's in the video game.
I remember that from E3.
So like he wears the video game console on his back like a backpack. So he's helping you out. He can like use his arms to like his arms are like wired controllers. So his hands are like the controllers, and his arms are the wires coming out from the console. And he uses them to like grab onto stuff, and it's really. It's funny. Like the game is it's a 2D platformer, right? Puzzly platformer thing, those kind of games. But it has a really crude humor. It gives you a choice in the beginning. It's like, do you want to play this on kid mode or do you want to play this on adult mode? So I picked adult mode, and the adult mode has like cursing and fucking all kinds of shit. Like it's really, really crude.
Whoa! Like, let's talk about that. That's a cool idea right there. Like,
yeah.
Why haven't more games done that? Like, have an adult mode and a child mode.
I want to go back and play the kid mode to see how much of a difference is, because it is like super, super crude. Like you're swearing constantly, and like the kid is like saying shit. Like it's really like there's really funny lines in there. I don't know if you've played this at all, Gunny.
No, I watched the trailer
for our game sharing,
at
but
work.
It's actually a really good platformer, and it's a lot of fun. I can't wait to get
looks
back
like it's
to
a
it.
lot of fun.
So like I just seen it a few weeks ago, and it's only $20. Well, it's $20 here, so it's probably like 15 for you guys. But anyways, it was a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm gonna go back to it. I've gotten about 6 or 7 worlds in, so or levels in, and it's pretty fun. It has a Metroidvania kind of feel to it, because you are kind of, there's different paths you can go, and you jump into these glitches. So like you'll see like the screen is all pixelated in a certain spot, and you jump into the glitch, and then you become the console, and the console has to go around and find like there might be a platform or something. He'll go around this weird little level, and then you find the platform and you hit Y and he knocks it. So then when you come out of the glitch, that platform is there. So you can now jump to like a new area, or, it'll open something up, whatever you did in the glitch. But it's a cool game that I think a lot of people probably are going to look over. So, I mean, check it out. It's especially you, Gunny, you have it, so you can play it.
Yeah.
But if you like platformers like that, Rad Rogers, guys, it's a lot of fun. check it out. So the other game I wanted to talk about is another small game. Oh,
real quickly, Ryan, I was just going to say, like, because I saw, like, in the trailer, like, I was like, oh, that is some cool platforming / shooting. And it even talks about how this is the platforming we had in the 80s that were the best.
Yeah, and it gets chaotic. Like, you're blowing shit up, and, like, you get all kinds of different weapons, different... you might get, like, a grenade launcher, or you'll get, like, an automatic rifle or whatever. It's just, like, it's like there's all kinds of stuff in it, and I think even playing it more, I'm going to find that there's even more that I don't even know about. So
and that
it feels like there's so much more.
The lady in the trailer, is that your mother that you're talking to?
Yeah.
That was
she tells
funny.
you to go to
That's
bed.
Super funny with the adult mode.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting. But the other game that I played, all right, guys, you ready for this? It's called Vala, and it stands for Vicious Attack Llama Apocalypse.
Oh, fuck. That sounds crazy. What the hell?
So in this game, you are like these robots that are sent to it's not Earth. I think you're on some weird planet or something. And you're these robots, and llamas have all of a sudden, what is it? Lamazon? Yeah, Lamazon creates these llamas to deliver their packages, and I'm trying to remember the names. It's so funny. Like, it's all named after stuff. You know what I mean? Like, Lamazon is Amazon. And what's the guys with the masks? Why can't I? Anonymous. Allominous. They're pissed off that they're trying to take away the llamas' jobs, so they're fighting back and releasing all the llamas on the world, and you're this robot trying to kill all the llamas. So it's a dual stick shooter, and you're in these different levels, and basically just swarms and swarms and swarms of these llamas come chasing you, and you have to just, like, you're backing up and shooting constantly and getting new weapons and upgrading. It's a bit like a roguelike, because if you die, you lose everything, but you continue from where you are. You just have your regular pistols in the beginning. But I watched the trailer and it made me laugh, and that's why I ended up picking it up. Same with Rad Rogers. Both these games were, like, very humorous. You know what I mean? Like, I chuckled at them, so I was like, I gotta check it out. You know what I mean? So I haven't played a whole lot of Vicious Llama Attack Apocalypse, but I'm gonna get into it some more. So I'll be talking about it maybe next week in a little more in depth.
Cool. I'll check out these.
So same with Rad Rogers. I want to get into that a little more too. So, and Gunny, I know that the other game that I wanted to talk about, you also played. So why don't you introduce that and we can talk about it together?
And that game would be Burnout Paradise Remastered.
Yeah. So what did you think, Gunny? Did you play it before? Like, did you play it in the 360 days?
I did, and I don't.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many hours I played on the 360. Probably 20 to 30 hours. I don't know if I ever just straight up completed it, but I played a good amount. And I must say, with this game remastered in almost 4K, it looks great. I think
you can tell.
Damn good job.
You can tell that it was a 360 game, though. Some of the textures, you know what I mean? You could tell that it's an older game, but it does look really good and it runs really well. Man, I fucking love those takedown races so much. Just blowing cars up and smashing, fucking doing flips and craziness. Man, I forgot how much I liked Burnout Paradise.
Yeah.
And the thing is Burnout Paradise is probably my least favorite of all the Burnout games. Burnout 1 was a top-down game, and that was way different. That I don't really include that. But out of, like, Burnout 2, 3, and Paradise and Takedown and all that stuff, I think Burnout Paradise is my least favorite because I didn't really care for the online city. You know what I mean? I miss those crash intersections. I want to play those crash intersections again. I wish they did this as a package and remastered a bunch of different like all the Burnout games. You know what I mean? And threw it out as one package. That would have been awesome.
I think I came into the 360 racing era time at a later time, because this is the one that I remember playing when it first came out. And
I think there was only one other on the 360. I think
all the other ones
played
were
on
on
PC
the Xbox, PS2,
on original Xbox and
Genesis,
yeah,
or whatever.
No.
I remember playing it on the original Xbox. Was a Burnout. I think it was 2, and that's when like you were racing down the freeway and you would crash into like a fucking traffic, like you crash into the cars and
try and make as much damage as you could, and like you're flipping your car, hitting other cars, and that was so much fun, man.
I thought
you can do that in this game, but you can do it anywhere, and it doesn't have a lot of meaning. You know what I mean? I think you hit both your bumpers or something, and then your car starts to flip, and you got to do as much damage as you can. And I think there's an amount for each road or something like that, and you got to try and do as much damage as you can. But I never found it as fun as playing, those specific crash modes where it was like, hey, hit this intersection, nail a car, and see how much damage you can do. Right?
I remember that. I remember seeing that back when I was playing on PC years ago.
And there is a game that they released about 3 or 4 months ago called Danger Zone, and that is crash intersections. So I haven't played it, and I didn't get the greatest reviews. So I don't know. I might actually pick it up and check it out, because playing this has made me really want to go into that kind of game to play.
Yeah, and I remember seeing that game, and I think it was just more like the graphics weren't that great on it. It's like more of a low.
But I mean, even like the old Burnout games, the graphics weren't that great on them either. It was still just fun to do that, to have those crash intersections to just fucking cause chaos in.
Yeah,
I thought what I really liked about Burnout the first time I ever played it on the original Xbox, was seeing the crashing, man, because I was just so used to playing like Need for Speed and those types of games where you crash into something, your car's still perfectly normal. And I thought it was so cool to be able to just hit a car or a wall and like your fucking front
end crumples in.
Yeah. It just all flies off and your wheel flies off. You're like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
So
and that's
cool.
why, like, I love those takedown modes when you take someone down and then it just goes in slow motion and it shows you like the car doing like fucking cartwheels down the road. Pieces are flying everywhere. Oh, so good. And the reason they can do that is because they don't have licensed vehicles. It's not real vehicles,
right? Like
so there's no car company saying, no, you can't destroy our car.
Don't make our car look bad. Yeah,
I think like the DeLorean, that was the first car I chose.
It's not a DeLorean though,
right? It's a fake DeLorean. Yeah, whatever it's called. Yeah,
it looks like the DeLorean from back.
Isn't it called like the Devil something?
I can't remember. Yeah, something. And then there's the Ghostbusters car as well is in there. Yeah.
That was fun because when I first chose the DeLorean car, I think it was like press in on the left stick and then it will like do the hover mode.
Yeah.
And that's for like a short time, and I was like, "What's going on? Why are my wheels not touching?" I'm like, "Oh shit, I'm in the DeLorean." But it makes like that weird like spacecraft sound, and you can really whip around the corners easily.
And that's the cool thing about this is it gives you all the DLC. So, I mean, if you really want to, you can go in and get those legendary cards that you get with the DLC, and you can just fucking rip through this game easily.
Playing this game, guys, how does it look with the enhancements? Does it look good? Is it a good-looking game?
I think it looks good.
Updated?
I don't think it looks dated right. I know what you're talking about. I mean, it doesn't look like a very old 360 PS3 game. I think it looks fine.
You could tell it was a 360 game.
Because of the mechanics, right?
No. I mean, even graphically, but it's like it's cleaned up a lot. You know what I mean? Like it looks really nice, but you can still look at it and go, yeah, I can see the little squareness here and there. You know what I mean? Like little things. If you really, really look into it, you could tell that it's not, a brand new game.
Right. Could EA have gone back and just did one of those X enhancements for the 360 game and released that instead of releasing this $40 game? Could that have been done?
I think it would have looked
as good.
Yeah, it wouldn't have
what
looked
it
as
looked like.
good, I don't think.
Okay. Because yeah, I mean, I'm wondering like a lot of these Xbox has now enabled developers to release updates for the 360 games that would enhance the game using the hardware of the Xbox One X. So I was wondering like, we've seen it being done with Crackdown, Halo 3, and Gears of War and shit like that, but games like this that are remasters, why release a remaster? I mean, you're probably going to release on the PS4, right? But for the Xbox people, why release a remaster when you can just update the 360 game to look better?
Because if you already had it backwards compatible,
exactly
you're not getting that money.
You're talking about PS4 users aren't going to be able to get that. You know what I mean? Anyone that has an original Xbox won't be able to do that. Xbox One S won't be able to do that. So that's a very specific. You know what I mean? You're only catering to a very specific audience if you just make
Xbox One X people.
Yeah, right. You know what I mean?
You want to polish this way
up and cross everything. Right?
So the Crackdown updates, those updates that came out for Crackdown and Halo 3, those don't apply to the Xbox One S at all?
No.
Not even the HDR? Like I know Halo 3, the big thing for them was they kind of unlocked the frame rate a little bit, and they kind of unlocked the resolution a little bit to let it kind of be native resolution, whatever. It was 1080.
The S doesn't have the power to do that, I don't think.
They also added HDR though. So does the HDR kick in at least for those people?
I would think that part would.
I mean, that's a good question, Jesus. I mean, we should probably look into that and see. But that's a good question. I don't know. I don't have the answer for it.
Yeah, because I know the Xbox One S does HDR, right?
I don't even have an S anymore, so I can't.
And then also, Jesus, remember that the S and the X are getting that AMD FreeSync or their version of it.
Yeah,
that's the FreeSync.
So I can see
that's only if you're plugging into a monitor because no TV has FreeSync. So
yeah, and really, they're barely coming out with those G-Sync TVs, and those are going to be expensive, I think, at first.
Yeah, that's super high end, man. Like you're talking about a very, very small percentage of people that are going to own those. They're
going to be like 3D TVs. They're going to die out eventually, I think.
Yeah. Ryan, going back to Burnout Paradise, do you think they did the billboards? Did they look like they were like modern as far as like what I don't remember a lot of that stuff being on there. Like from what?
What do you mean? No, the billboards were always there. The difference.
No, I'm talking about what's on the billboards. Like as far as like,
the ones that crash through.
Back in the day, there used to be real advertisements on those billboards. Now they're not. It's just they're advertising Criterion and like just themselves. But there used to be real ads on those billboards back in the day.
Okay. Yeah, you would see like Gillette ads and shit like that, huh?
Yeah. So I thought they changed it. That. It looks like they changed it.
It made it more look
and I think realistic. They say Burnout Paradise Remastered on the billboards that you're supposed to break now.
Yes. Yeah, and then the other ones are like white or Criterion and stuff like that.
Yeah, white and orange, I think.
Yeah. I like the paint shops that you can just kind of pass through, and then you'll get like a different
new color
vehicle or multicolored or that.
I love like doing those the takedown races. And then, like, you come across one of the, like, fix-up shops and you just go in there, zip through, and you fucking fix up your car and come back out and just beat the living shit out of everyone.
Yeah,
those are fun. Had so much fun with those. And I really like the marked man ones where everybody's after you and you have to survive until the finish line.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's so much fun. But to be honest, I don't even really play the races or the stunt stuff. I never touch them. I don't even care. Like I have no interest in doing those whatsoever. I just want to do road rage and marked man events. And then if I have to do some races, I will. Like, how I'm up to a B license now. So I think I have more. I have to get so many wins in order to get up to the A license. So I think I'm going to end up having to do races. I did. For my first license, I did all road rage, and then for my second license, I did all races, and then my third one, I mixed it up a little bit.
How do you upgrade the cars? I couldn't figure out how to upgrade the vehicles.
You don't.
Well, I thought it even says maybe it's upgrading the license is what it's telling me.
No, it's your license. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You have to get so many wins in order to get your next license, right? So you start off at like D. and then you get a C license after like 3 wins or something like that, and then it's like 5 or 6 or 8 wins for the C license, and then the B license, and so on and so on and so on, and you have to get more and more, and it resets the races every time you go up to the next level.
Yeah,
and makes them harder.
But it's the same game, man, because you could be going through like doing a race, and like you're trying to like, you'll get another vehicle coming up beside you, and you can just wham, just side swipe them, and they go flying. And I like that slow motion view of that car just flipping over, and
I love that shit. And then you see like the car flipping over, and it's like going right over top of you.
Yeah,
that's
so
so
cool.
awesome.
And then you'll be like, crap, where am I going? I'm going the wrong way, and then you have to figure out how to get back on the.
Yeah, that's the thing about this game.
There's no line. It doesn't tell you.
There's no line. There's no direction. You got to figure it out. The good thing about it is you can pause and look at the map.
Yes.
And you know what I mean? It pauses the actual game.
Why is there you can't pin anything or.
No, you can't do anything. You just got to figure it out. That's what this game was.
Yeah, right. I remember that.
There is no line because you can take any way you want to get to the finish line. You know what I mean? You just got to figure out which way is the fastest.
Yeah, you find a shortcut through a building, or
you learn the map.
Yeah. But there's times where you're like, hey, this looks like a shortcut, and then it ends up turning off in a completely different direction. And you're like, oh shit! And then you're like trying to boost your way back so you can get to the finish line first.
And then you're taking guys out on the way there. That's the fun part.
Oh man,
that's what I love about the racing.
Anyways, Burnout Paradise, guys, check it out. It's a lot of fun.
Worth the $40?
You know what? It's worth the $5 to get a 10-hour trial out of it.
Yeah, if you never played it,
and then if you're enjoying it, drop the $40 and keep playing it.
Well, you don't drop the 40 because you get a discount.
What? $35 American? Yeah,
35.
Yeah, something like that.
But hey, other than that, I just paid the $5 a month for EA, and I get to play it. Wait for this game until November.
Wait for 6 months, and it'll be in the vault.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Yeah, played as much as you want.
All right. Anything else, Gunny? You played?
No, just those two.
Well, yeah, guys. No, just want to say that I'm ready for Sea of Thieves. I got my Game Pass ready. I got my.
Whoa! Hang on a second.
You're excited for Sea of Thieves?
You're ready for Sea of Thieves?
I'm really. There's something about Sea of Thieves that I think I'm gonna get hooked on it and just want to upgrade my ship. I really think that that I'm gonna have to find the community players constantly to play with this game because
one person that's going to be playing constantly. Jesus, that's me. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if I'm a good enough player to play with you.
Might not be. You might not be.
Yeah, maybe not.
And I'm kind of scared because I already got Far Cry 5 pre-ordered thanks to Brink. He pre-ordered Far Cry 5, which I'm game sharing with him, so I got it installed on my Xbox, and so that comes out like 2 days after, or a day after Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves comes out Monday, right? Is it Monday that it comes out?
20th. Sea of Thieves comes out on the 20th, and Far Cry comes out on the 27th, doesn't it?
Yeah, so like a couple.
So it's a week later.
Is it a week later? I thought it was a couple days later.
I think it's a week later.
A week is good then. A week is good. That gives me enough time to get bored of it and.
Unless it's the 25th or something. Far Cry might come out on the Friday.
I thought it was like a Friday or something. Tuesday? Yeah, I think it was a Friday, and
might have to look it up. I don't.
I got it. Yeah, I already warned the wife I'll be buying the best version possible of Far Cry 5.
Okay, so I don't have to get that then, Gunny. You're grabbing that.
Yeah, but here's what I'm thinking, Ryan. Like, oh man, do I
better buy it on day
Mars and then just get the vanilla version of Far Cry 5, or do I get the $80 version?
Are you going to pre-order it?
Yes, I will have it pre-ordered.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game, man. I mean, Far Cry 5 looks good. I watched Eden's Gate on Amazon Prime. That's pretty wild. Pretty wild shit. How they're... it kind of tells you... It kind of shows you how they're brainwashing the people to follow the cult. And it's a super well done video. It's a lot like the Division movie that came out on Amazon Prime as well, which I recently watched, and that one's really good too. It shows you the backstory of what the game is, kind of sets up the bad people, right? So check it out on Amazon Prime.
Okay, I've heard good things about this show. And
yeah, watch it, man. It's on Amazon
my kid
Prime.
Really like Amazon Prime.
It's
40
only
minutes.
like 30 minutes or something like that.
Some shit like that. It's really short.
Yeah.
But it's like about these kids who are like, they're going on a cross country trip and they're kind of like video blogging. And somebody sent them like a thing that's saying like, "Hey, I heard about these people in Montana who are getting kidnapped and like they're missing and the FBI is not being reported or whatever. They can't find these people." So these kids, they're not kids, they're like 20 something probably, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna go check out this town where this like they say this church is like kidnapping people." So they go to the church and they kind of like they see the bad guy. He gives like a speech. He's kind of like Jim Jones or something, where like he has like this crazy
Kool-Aid.
Yeah. He even has like the aviators, like Jim Jones, like the glasses. He looks just like him, kind of younger version of him.
I see Jim Jones's house every so often.
Yeah, and
I go there on Fridays.
Speech.
Not to his house. Not to his house. For work. Yeah.
Jim Jones follow.
I go to Mendocino County Fridays.
But yeah, I mean, it's pretty crazy. Check it out. And I'm kind of glad that Amazon does that, because it to me it seems like Amazon is really embracing the gaming culture in the country and the world. They're doing that with their Twitch services now, where now you can get free games on Twitch if you're an Amazon Prime member, and you can get like loot boxes and Call of Duty and loot boxes and other games if you're a Prime member. Like they're doing it, going all out onto the gaming scene.
Yeah, I'll give out some bits, and then I sub to one person each month, and yeah, I got my Prime going with movies and stuff, TV shows.
Interesting.
Yeah, good deal.
So the last couple of games that I played, I got an invite today.
Me too. I saw that.
What the heck is this?
It's the Robocraft.
Robocraft Infinity, and I'm like, okay, let's jump in this and see what this is all about. And it's actually kind of cool. You build your own robot, and then you take them into arena battle, like a deathmatch arena battle. And so I just used like the one that they give you in the beginning, and I put a couple of guns on it, and I jumped in and I kicked ass. Our team just fucking destroyed the other team. I was like, this is fucking actually kind of cool. And I think it's going to take off with kids, because it kind of reminds me of like Roblox, like a game that would be in Roblox. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those kind of games, and you get to build your own mech. And there was dudes that were flying around and shit. And I'm like, oh my God, you could build like aircrafts. And then there was other dudes that were like in little cars and shit. And I'm like, oh wow, man. And I was just this big fucking monster robot driving around or walking around fucking blowing shit up. It was it was pretty cool. Like I think I might actually play a little more of it. But just check your emails or your messages on Xbox Live, because that's where I got the invite from. It was just like, hey, check out this game. I think it's only running this weekend.
That's what it said.
So you might miss it by the time you hear this. I don't know. But keep your eye out for it. It was actually kind of fun. And the last game I played was Trials of the Blood Dragon. Gunny talked about that last week. It's a pretty interesting game. It's one of the games with gold, so you probably have it. It's definitely worth playing. Check it out, guys. But that's all I've been playing. You guys got anything else?
Nope.
Oh, I was just going to mention about Robocraft Infinity, because I did see that email this morning, but haven't turned the Xbox on. I know there's a couple games that are on Xbox, and one of them is Crossfire. And I know there's another one, and I can't think of the name of it, that reminds me of Robocraft Infinity.
Crossfire was nothing like Robocraft.
Yeah, it's something I saw on YouTube, and I thought it was on all consoles and PC, but
Robocraft is neat because like you can build whatever you want, man. Like you can literally, once you get all the pieces, you can build like some crazy machine that just fucking destroys everything. So there's like a build section, and then there's like a tutorial section, and then there's a deathmatch section. And then there was some other section as well. I can't remember. I just went into deathmatch and played that. But yeah, it was cool.
I think it was Cross Out. I could be wrong, but
yeah, that's the car game.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Version of it. Okay.
Oh yeah, because you could add stuff to your cars and stuff in that game, right?
And I think you can also craft and build cars and then play, like, it's probably more of a custom type match where I saw
No.
people like they're dropping like these barrels of fire and stuff like that.
Right. You could upgrade your weapons and put new weapons and stuff on your car, but I don't think you could actually do anything with your car.
Okay.
Like you were just putting new weapons or whatever on your vehicle.
Sweet.
But anyways, let's get into the news, Jesus.
News time, guys. Let's get into the news real quick. And if you want to read more news, head over to our Facebook group and read some news there, because there's always articles being posted about random stuff. In the news, Canadian news right now, Ryan. Canadian news. Big Canadian news. You guys are breaking records. Breaking records, Ryan.
All right.
So the other day, Drake, the rapper, joined a streamer named Tyler Ninja Blevins, and he played Fortnite with him on duos.
Oh wow.
Oh, that ninja guy is supposed to be fucking amazing.
Yeah, I heard good things about him.
They decided to join together and play Fortnite duos, broadcasted it on Twitch, and reached the highest concurrent amount of viewers ever on any broadcasted live gameplay, with over 630,000 people watching them at the highest peak of their stream. That is a lot of people, dude. That is so many people, man. That's like, holy crap, 630,000 viewers at the peak of this shit. That is crazy. And yeah, I mean, apparently Drake plays Fortnite.
Wow. You know, I watch Mighty Mouse from the MMA. I sub to him and watch him play PubG all the time. So yeah, these celebs, man, they're really getting into the gaming scene.
Fortnite is a big game for celebrities right now. You see them all the time posting on Twitter.
I saw it on Good Morning America. Like,
everybody is playing Fortnite. Dude, that's what I'm saying. Fortnite is not something to like look at and just be like, oh, that's just a game. I was like, whatever. No, dude. Fortnite is like the thing.
It's right the new now. Pokemon
it's
Go.
The thing. It is literally the new Pokemon, probably. It's how popular it's become. During the stream, they were joined by rapper Travis Scott and Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster. So yeah, they were joined by those guys during the stream, and they played a bunch of Fortnite for hours, man. And yeah, fucking 630,000 viewers at the peak of that. That is crazy as fuck. That is insane to me how that, and like last night I had one of my friends, Melvin. I mean, I was hanging out with him last night. We went to go out to dinner and shit, and he even brought that up to me. He's like, dude, you see Drake plays Fortnite? I was like, dude, everybody plays Fortnite. The game is so big right now. It's not even funny how big it is, you know, like how insane and popular the game has become just because it's free, you know? But yeah, there you go, guys. Fortnite news. And other news, hold on, let me see here. Let's go to some other news here. This guy apparently spent $70,000 on his mobile gaming habit. Yeah. Daigo says he loves to play mobile game Fate Grand Order a lot. So much so, he spent $70,000 or more in in-app purchases. Wow. He said, quote, when we played the first chapter, many of us were moved to tears. He says, the story zooms in to each character. It makes you feel something for them. You want to love. It makes you want to love them, right?
Okay.
He says that playing Fate Grand Order takes up most of his day, even when he's eating food. He's playing, he says.
When is unless I'm gaming?
Sleeping, he says, unless I'm sleeping, driving, or taking a bath, I am playing Fate Grand Order. Apparently the game is entirely free to play, but players can spend real-world money for better chances of winning in the game. As Sony's most profitable game, it's been criticized for turning players into gamblers. He says, quote, I spent about $70,000 on the game. Maybe more, but I don't like to think about that, Daigo said. He says, I just want to make the characters stronger. Dago details about how he once spent $500 getting one character, seemingly detailing how he began spending so much in the game. He says, wanting that character to be level 5, he adds he ended up spending a total of $2,500 on that character. His parents, whom he lives with, don't know how much money he spent in the game, he says.
Damn.
He says, some people spend $18 on a movie and feel moved. I spent $70,000 on Fate the Grand Order, but it moves me.
Hey, more power to you, pal.
70,000. Where the fuck did he get
a lot of money.
Where did he get the money to spend $70,000 on a free-to-play game? Like, this dude must be loaded. His parents must be like millionaires, right? Like, you don't just spend $70,000 without noticing you spend $70,000.
Well, he lives in his parents' basement, right?
Yeah, but how many people you know that live in their parents' basement are making
That's true.
over $70,000 a year, and let alone making over $70,000 a year and being able to spend all that money just on the game?
Gosh.
He's not even working, I think, because he said he doesn't much even work. He says he doesn't play when he's driving, taking a bath, or sleeping. So he obviously doesn't work because he doesn't mention when I'm working.
Wow.
So,
yeah, he must have a lot of money and a lot of time.
Yeah, that's must be a stay-at-home kid that doesn't go to work and just lives with his parents, and they have a lot of fucking free money to spend on dumb shit like this.
Yeah, that's too much, I think, but maybe not to him. Maybe he has so much of it, he just wants to put it into this game.
Yeah. Oh, man. Hold up.
Man, that's just unbelievable. Sleeping, driving, or taking a bath. Okay. Wow. Yeah, he must be loaded. That's crazy.
It is crazy to me how they did that. Oh, how he does that. That's fucking crazy. I don't even know. Like, that's so much money, dude. So much money.
And he even says, he says, I don't even think, I don't want to think about it, or I don't think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, then, yeah, he's got more money
right?
He knows what to do with.
More money obviously, if you're able to spend $70,000 and you can just be like, whatever about it, it's like losing $5, right? And you're like, whatever, I lost $5.
Yeah,
Just losing $70,000. That's so much money. Anyways, for people that play that game, I guess now you know you can spend up to $70,000 on it.
Sure, we've seen some of those deals in certain games where, buy the $300 gold pack coin pack, so that's how these developers and publishers make their money. So
yeah, that's fucking crazy. Oh my god. Yeah. In other news, apparently this guy, Alex Lavelle, nearly lost all his fingers and his life, and he appears to have lost the woman he loved. Otherwise, the Oregon Camas man is feeling pretty good. He says, quote, I was just so proud for beating this samurai wannabe crazy lady with hate in her heart. He said he's been creating his whole life or something like this. The woman, Emily Javier, who's 30 years old, his girlfriend of 2 years, is facing attempted murder charges after she told police and a 911 dispatcher she attacked and repeatedly slashed Lavelle with a samurai sword during the wee hours of March 3rd. So apparently what happened, this guy had Tinder on his phone. Tinder and shit like that on his phone. His girlfriend, Emily, saw it on his phone while he was taking a shower or something. He left his phone on the desk. She started going through it. She saw his Tinder app on there. So she says she started building up a suspicion in her head, right? This guy's talking to other girls, and I'm dating him, and I love him, so I'm going to kill him if he's talking to other girls. Dude had a samurai sword that he bought. He had it hanging on his wall as a decoration. During one of his times, I think he was playing a game. I don't know what game he was playing.
PubG?
I think it was PubG, yeah. She decided that she had enough. So she attacked the motherfucker. She was like, I'm going to fucking kill you. And she pulled the sword off the wall, stabbed him a bunch of times, tried to cut off his fingers.
Damn.
all kinds of shit. And yeah, man, the dude says I barely had time to hang out with my girlfriend, let alone another girl. He said he recently spent about 12 to 13 hours a day playing and training for PlayerUnknown's Battleground. He says the long hours also required him to spend time doing exercises for his hands, wrists, and shoulders, and also practicing mouse moves and techniques to maximize performance. He says, I wasn't a sweaty nerd. I was more of an athlete.
What the hell's an athlete? I can't wait to hear the interpretation of an athlete. We're going to Google this. Yeah.
Javier told police she snatched the assault on Lovell after she found evidence he had been unfaithful. She says first there was a Tinder app, and then she said she saw sexually suggestive scratches on his back, and finally she found a red hair in the couple's shower drain, according to the police reports.
Busted!
Yeah.
Her hair, on the other hand, is dyed green, so she knew it wasn't her hair. She's like, this is red hair. He doesn't have red hair. I don't have red hair. My hair's green. What the fuck is this? So basically, so
guys, just a word of warning: don't have samurai swords in your house.
Yeah, and also,
your girlfriend.
if you're gonna have a dating app on your phone, and then you don't want to come out of the shower with her holding a samurai sword.
No.
Right?
Yeah. So apparently, she said she hid the phone so he couldn't call for help. She waited for him to go to bed, and after the lights went down, she went and grabbed the samurai sword, brought it down to her boyfriend, and stabbed him. He said he woke up to being attacked by her. He says his instincts kicked in, and he drew on a lifetime of kung fu films and martial arts training. He says I was able to Wing Chun my way to survival. He says I saw the look in her eyes, and it scared the living poop out of me. I told her I loved her, and she was killing me. She needed to call the police, or I was going to die. So she did. She called the police after she told the dispatcher, I think he's dead. You need to hurry. And but yeah, apparently he says that PUBG also helped train him. You know, it kept him in shape, so it was able to fend her off, and that's why she didn't kill him.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's scary. Man. You know, and it's funny because I'm watching. You can clearly see him in the picture. He's just all fucking bandaged up. And I've seen a picture of him laying in the bed, too. I think somebody put it on Discord. And each one, he's just got that, just that stupid fucking smile on his face. You know?
This is near you, too, isn't it, Jesus?
It's in Oregon.
Yeah.
I saw it on the news when it happened here, yeah.
It's funny, too, because that picture of him sitting in the wheelchair, he's got the biggest fucking smile on his face.
Like, there's one with him in the bed, too.
Motherfuckers!
Let me tell you something. He says, quote, the feeling I had when I won the fight with my bare hands is just absolutely the best feeling, he said. I played all the sports. I won big games. I landed some decent tricks on my snowboard, but this was better. Apparently, the PlayerUnknown's Battleground gaming community have launched a GoFundMe campaign for him.
Oh my no!
And they've raised over $8,000.
$8,000. Can you believe that?
Yeah, man. She raised a sword, and I put my right hand up. She tried.
So
to
what I want to know,
what
I want to know is why the hell does he have Tinder on his phone then?
Caught the sword with both hands like a clap.
He likes to collect swords, man.
No, why did he have Tinder on his phone though?
Talking to girls. What the fuck else?
I think he claimed that he deleted it.
So he brought this on himself. That's the.
It says here, Lavelle said he had a Tinder on his phone, but when he first met Javier, but later deleted the dating app. Who knows, right?
Apparently he didn't delete it because she saw that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just carefully.
So she's still in jail
on and keep swords laying around.
She's being detained in the Clark County jail. Yep. Her bail is set at $350,000.
Mm-hmm.
Ouch.
No, crazy girl, crazy ass girl. Anyways, in other news, Sony has teamed up with the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra and the City of London Choir to perform a special concert featuring music from PlayStation games. It will take place on May 30th. The program will include music from popular games such as The Last of Us, The Last Guardian, Uncharted 2, Among Thieves, Uncharted 3, Drake's Deception, Everybody's Gone to the Rapture, Little Big Planet, Horizon Zero Dawn, and more. This will be accompanied by a spectacular light show. The concert will also mark the first usage at the Royal Albert Hall of Incu. Yeah. This
sounds like you guys know Video Game Live, right? Video Games Live.
Mm-hmm.
It's like It's the same thing. It's an orchestra, and they just put on like They play all this video game music with like light shows and craziness. I'm going to see it on April 13th. So
cool.
Yeah.
It's coming to Toronto.
It's Sony music, Ryan. Sony music.
Yeah, it's PlayStation only, whereas Video Games Live is everything.
And this will also feature an app that will deliver content to the concert goers' smartphones real time as the music is played on stage. So like it'll show like content on your phone. So instead of looking at the lights show, you're gonna be looking at your phone.
That seems stupid.
Yeah. Right.
It's like you're there to watch the show. Why stare at your screen? Distract you from the thing that you came to see. They're gonna be like sending you ads on your phone for the game that's music's from. It's gonna be like buy now on PlayStation Network.
Sony and the orchestra are saying, as they're seeing the millennial generation getting older, they're seeing how brands are looking to embrace gaming themes and ads and activations and seize upon all the good feelings of nostalgia and fun that go along with it. So apparently it's a new type of concert that's going to start being popular or something, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, that's cool. I would like to see it. I don't know. I guess they're just doing it this one time, right? It's not going to be like a tour.
One time. No, it's just the one time.
I just noticed too. I'm actually wearing my Video Games Live shirt.
There you go.
It's getting really worn, so I got to get a new one when I go to see it next month.
But yeah,
if you guys have never seen, like, if you're anywhere near where this is going to be, I would say go check it out. Or if you've never seen Video Games Live, look it up. They're touring North America right now. So, I mean, like, it's an amazing show. It's really, really cool. So I could see this being a really neat thing. It's in Europe though, right?
Yeah, it's in England.
It's in England, yeah.
Yeah.
So we won't be able to see it, but
no. But maybe our listeners over in the UK.
Yeah,
Mojo, check it out, eh?
Yeah, go check it out, Mojo.
That sounds like you sound like an Australian.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry, mate.
Oh, sorry, mate.
G'day.
That's the wrong accent.
Nowhere near England.
Just go on a walkabout and check out this.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Guys,
all right. Moving on.
Microsoft has been acquiring lots of companies. They acquired Havoc in 2015, Simply Gone in 2017, and PlayFab earlier this year. What you may not know is that Microsoft is starting to gear towards cloud gaming processing. Apparently, Phil Spencer really wanted a dedicated team focused exclusively on the gaming cloud. So these conversations were happening last summer, and they really started to create a structure of organization at the end of last year. There's a new division over at Microsoft that's designed to entice developers and game publishers to use Microsoft's cloud services. Apparently, Ubisoft has been using Microsoft's Azure cloud services across PC, Xbox, and PS4 with Rainbow Six Siege recently. And even the mobile game Black Desert uses Azure virtual machines and databases. He says Microsoft wants more and more game developers to use its cloud, especially as games become more connected across devices for the multiplayer experiences. Apparently, the quote here says, "We believe there's going to be 2 billion gamers in the world, and our goal is to reach every one of them." Part of the way Microsoft will get there is with this new gaming cloud focus with subscription services. Xbox Game Pass has been available over the past year, and recently Microsoft decided all of its first-party games would come to the subscription service at launch. Sea of Thieves will be its first big title, but in the future, Halo and Gears of War games will also be available. We're really pleased with the success that's happening with Game Pass, and we continue to believe in user choice, and we also believe there's room in the industry for a gaming subscription, and that's where we're going to build. So, yeah.
It seems to keep going. Yeah, it says, even goes on to say that it feels like every couple of years, new services spring to life. Sony acquiring streaming game services like OnLive, only to shut it down, and previously acquired Gaiaki.
That guy.
Gaiaki. I'm thinking of the drink. Energy drink.
Gaiaki?
Which eventually became part of PlayStation's now game streaming service. Yeah. Sony discontinued game streaming for the PS3.
So Sony
PS3
seems
Vita.
to be more of a company that wants to stay with the current way the video games are being developed. Microsoft is kind of trying to push the cloud services, subscription services, games as a service type model, where Sony is like, no, we don't want to do that. We want to kind of stick to the status quo, right? We want to do what's going on right now and don't want to change it really. But who knows, man? I think we are going to see in the future Microsoft pushing cloud services and try to get into it. They've been doing that for years now. They've been doing it since the Xbox One originally launched.
Yeah. Well, look at. I mean, that's more. Yeah, definitely a Microsoft thing now. Where once my Microsoft Office thing expired, like my free 1-year trial, which was cool. I got a whole free year out of it. Well, guess what? Now you can't have Excel offline because you didn't subscribe to the service only. So now you have to do it like through the cloud only.
Yeah. I mean, they've been, like Gunny's saying, they've been doing it with even software now, right?
Right, with Word and Excel.
More than just gaming. They're doing it in a lot of places. Yeah. And, they have OneDrive, which I personally use OneDrive because being with Microsoft for so long, I've gotten like 160 gig of cloud space, and they can't take it away, right? So I have this 160 gig of cloud storage with OneDrive, and I use it all the time. I mean, that's how I get stream music to my phone and stuff like that too. I mean, and remember back in the day when Crackdown was first announced, that was a big thing too. They were using the cloud to do some processing and stuff like that, and it was supposed to be a really huge thing. I just don't think it's gotten to where they wanted it to, and that's part of the reason why I think Crackdown has taken so long to come out, because they're really trying to build this service so that it works properly. But I've everything that I've ever used with them, like their cloud stuff, has always worked flawlessly. So, keep up the good work.
Yeah. And I applaud the fact that Microsoft could even do this. You can download the game to play it. It's not like an online, like just streaming service. Yeah.
Because that Sony streaming shit was really laggy at points. Because I tried it once, I think, and it was pretty laggy.
Well, it's all super dependent on your connection, right? Whereas
but I think it's also dependent. I think it's also dependent on their servers, and I don't think they have the greatest servers.
Yeah, that too. But I mean, not everyone has the best internet. You know what I mean? And
right.
And
so
if you're trying to stream a game and have no latency whatsoever, you know what I mean? That's going to be a big problem. And I think Microsoft has really figured out the whole latency thing. When you look at things like Mixer, you know what I mean? There's no latency. When someone types something in the chat, you can respond to it right away because it's right there. It's maybe 10, 15 milliseconds behind. It's very, very small. And I think that has a lot to do with their cloud services and, that sort of stuff that they've been working on. I mean, a lot of people seem to sleep on Mixer. And I gotta say, man, I think Mixer is the best streaming service out there.
It is. It's just both. The problem with Mixer is it came out
it's too late
long after Twitch already established a huge brand. And
exactly.
Thing.
Twitch had a humongous crowd, and a lot of people weren't going to leave to go to Mixer. And I think if Mixer and Twitch came out at the same time, Mixer might have won that whole fucking thing.
The problem with Twitch also is that Microsoft was pushing Twitch at first with their having the Twitch being able to broadcast from your console, and then they also had like partnership with Sony where you can broadcast from Sony's console and pretty much anywhere, right? Like just broadcast.
I mean, you still can. It's just a little more hidden now, right?
Yeah, but that was now. I don't know. We'll see what happens with Mixer. I mean, but yeah.
And the thing with that is, I know a lot of people will turn around and say, "Well, Mixer's just people streaming on Xbox." I've seen people stream PlayStation. I've seen people stream PC. I've seen people stream mobile. I've seen people stream all kinds of shit on Mixer. So, like, don't sleep on it, man. If you haven't checked out Mixer, you should. You really should. But anyways, that isn't even what this article was about.
Yeah, I know. We got off the whole streaming.
We just went on a tangent there.
Another news, Nintendo's Labo has finally come out and released more information about why it costs $70.
Oh.
Toy-Con Garage is why it costs $70. So Toy-Con Garage is pretty much what they're gonna call Labo's things. Labo is the brand of Nintendo's cardboard thing, but the Toy-Con Garage is the other brand of the thing. it's really confusing, but apparently they're gonna offer the two kits, right? The variety kit and the robot kit.
I want the robot kit.
Will come with 5 mini games and the cardboard sheets ready to make an RC car, a fishing rod, a house for a Tamagotchi-like friend, a motorbike, and a piano. The $80 robot kit, you get a robot. So, yeah. So apparently this, pretty much they're saying like this technology, what it does is it has IR reflective strips inside the cardboard as you're building things, and the cameras inside the Joy-Cons, which is how, I think that's how they do their motion controls, is with the cameras on the controllers.
Yes.
Those are going to be able to see inside the cardboard and see the reflective strips being moved, and that's how it's going to reflect what you're doing in the game. So like if you build a piano, the pianos are going to have like the little strips under the keys, so as you're pressing the keys,
it can see up to like 25 different movements or something like that. I can't remember, and like each strip it'll watch and see which strips are moving, and that's how it knows what it needs to do. It's pretty interesting. Like, it's just wow, man. It's just too expensive. It's still too expensive, man.
I think
it's a reflective strip, man.
Apparently, Nintendo has unveiled new things you can build with Labo, such as a guitar.
Yeah,
a guitar and play guitar with your Labo.
The guitar thing is kind of, I can't say the word.
You put rubber bands
it's
on the
funny.
guitar, drum the guitar. Man. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure I can go to the hardware store.
A while ago, I asked you guys if you remembered the AR stuff that was supposed to come out of the controller. Remember they showed that off a long time ago.
The what?
Where they could show like where you'd like use it as a baseball bat, and then the camera would show like an AR fucking ball that you hit.
Oh, I do remember that.
Remember that? And it never did anything with it. And now that's the same camera that's in the controller that they're using for this.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I don't know, man.
Right after I can go to the hardware store, get a bunch of.
It's a camera. It's not
tape
a
and some wires and some.
No, it was supposed to project an AR fucking thing. Like it was like.
But that's what I'm saying. It's not a projector. It's a camera. They kind of marketed it wrong, right?
But they showed it that way.
Yeah, but what I mean? That's somebody they hired. That's the company they hired to market it. They're like, what? This has a camera? Like, yeah, it has a camera, like a projector camera. Yeah, a projector camera, and then they made the video, and they're like, well, fuck, we didn't mean a real projector, dude. Like, well, fuck it, we have to play the trailer. We don't have enough time to make a new one.
so tell me something, Jesus. Are you gonna buy a Labo kit?
No, I'm not. I might get it for my daughter as a gift for her.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking
she
you
has
might
her own Switch, so I might get it for her and see if she likes it. I just don't know if she will be interested in that. I mean, she's interested in Minecraft and she likes building stuff, but like I think she'll play with it like once in a while and then get bored of it. Like every other fucking toy I buy her. every other toy I buy her, like every time I want more of this stuff. I'm like, I just bought you some of those like last time. Oh, what did you do with them? I don't know. Or they're at home.
Lost
I put
interest.
them away.
You know what this will be good for, guys? This will be good for because I could look at this and go, man, this is like the dumbest thing, like cardboard and all this stuff. But I thought, man, this will give kids maybe better motor skills with their, working with their hands to get these things, to put these things together rather than just saying, here's a controller and here's a screen. This will probably, get them into maybe more arts and craftsy type stuff. Is the way, I look at that side of it. I think it'll be good for kids.
Yeah, it's definitely good on a creative side.
Yeah.
For kids, they can be creative and
maybe also this again, it's $70 or whatever. Hey, maybe that'll get them to go down to Michael's craft store and get make something else or improve on it. So this is positive, I'd say. Sure, make that robot. I want to make the robot. But I want to play air guitar with my little broom.
I want to make the robot too, but I don't want to pay $80 to make a robot.
You know what? And I'm sure what we're going to see, I think what we'll see out of this is, hey, you don't have to spend $70. You can go to the craft store. This is what you can do, and buy this paint and this tape and this kind of glue, and buy a special stapler. And look, you walk out the door $30 later. Here's a YouTube video on how to do it. I
don't know about that.
I don't know. I'm just saying, I think
Nintendo wants to make money, Gunny.
Yeah. I see.
Anyways, what else we got, Jesus?
In other news, pretty much Sony does not want Fortnite crossplay between PS4 and Xbox One, and here's why. Microsoft said that Sony is blocking cross-platform play between the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One on Fortnite, and apparently petitions have been raised for this. Epic Games recently announced that it was working to bring Fortnite Battle Royale to iOS and Android devices, and that the mobile version of the game will be the same as what players enjoy on the PS4 and Xbox One and Mac. Fortnite mobile version will also be offering crossplay, right, between the PS4 and PC and Mac, leaving the Xbox One out. Same thing for Xbox. It will be cross-platform play with Mac, PC, and mobile, but not PS4. They can remember that Fortnite accidentally enabled cross-platform play between the PS4 and the Xbox One last year, and it was the first game that allowed PS4 and Xbox One players to meet up with one another in online matches, even if it was a mistake. However, more importantly, the error proved that cross-play between the two consoles is actually possible. Microsoft is again pushing to allow cross-play between the Xbox Live Gold and PlayStation Plus online gaming networks. However, Sony, again, is reportedly blocking the feature. Both Xbox boss Phil Spencer and Epic Games have expressed interest in allowing PS4 and Xbox One gamers to play together on Fortnite. However, when a Microsoft representative was asked on the topic of cross-platform play, it was obvious who was being pinned as the reason why it still does not exist between the PS4 and Xbox One. Quote, he said, "We work closely with Nintendo to allow cross-network play between the Xbox One and the Switch, and our offer to do the same with PlayStation players still holds." Apparently, cross-platform play is available between Rocket League, Minecraft, and Fortnite on the Xbox One with PC players, mobile players. Minecraft is the biggest one, I think, with like cross-platform with everything. Like Switch even can play with Xbox players on the servers thing.
Right.
But not with PS4. Even back in 2016, the Rocket League developer Psyonix said that it could enable cross-platform play between the Xbox One and PS4, and that they developed the technology to do it. They said, we done it. We did it already. All we need is permission to turn it on. But the approval has never come. Pretty much the reason PS4 does not want to do it is because it has no incentive to do it. There are more PlayStation 4 units out there than the Xbox One units, and by preventing cross-platform play, gamers might choose to buy the PS4 so that they have more friends to play with compared to purchasing an Xbox One.
So pretty much,
They're
in a
saying they have more
nutshell,
consoles.
Sony is saying, we don't give a fuck about you.
Yes.
we give a fuck about our wallet. So fuck you, give us money. That's what Sony is saying.
So Sony has
Go
a
fuck
big
yourself,
stick
Sony. I'm gonna
shoved
sell
up
my
there.
PlayStation 4. I'm gonna sell it. I'm getting rid of it. I don't fucking care. I'm so sick of Sony's bullshit, and I never turned the goddamn piece of shit console on anyways. So I'm just gonna get rid of it. It's gone.
You know
it's
what?
out of my life.
Take your PS4 right now. Take it down to headquarters. Just walk right up there and just say, "Shove this thing right up here."
No, I'm gonna get money for it. I'm gonna be like
I'm gonna put it
Sony,
on
and
your
I want
doorstep.
money in my wallet
Sony.
instead of their piece of shit console on my fucking. Ah, they piss me off. They fucking piss me off. I
They're
hate
pretty
you,
much
Sony.
saying we have over 80 million units sold.
We're better than you.
You don't have 80 million people sold. We have more players than you. People are going to want to buy us over you if we just stick with us playing with
bullshit.
us.
Why don't they just come
It's
out
fucking
on Twitter right now and just come out there? Sony just come out there. We hate you, Microsoft. Okay. Retweet.
But I mean, let's turn this around and let's put the shoe on the other foot. You think if Microsoft had the market share, that they would still be open to cross-platform play? Do you think
I
it would
do.
be that way?
I
Do you
do. I think they would. I really do.
Do you think if Microsoft was the company that had the 80 million units, you think they would be like, yeah, Sony, we could play with you?
Yes,
I do, and I'll tell
they
you
would.
why. Because Microsoft is is pretty damn good with their community. You know what I mean? They look out for their community. Sony looks out for themselves, and it's always been that way. And this is part of the reason why I've always had this little bit of hate for Sony. But I mean, like, it's just stupidity, man. Like, stop being assholes. This only benefits gamers. It doesn't screw you. Don't tell me that it'll force someone to buy a PS4. You know what you're doing? You're forcing me to get rid of my PS4 because I'm sick of your shit. That's what it's doing. I'm sick of watching you go, fuck you, you don't matter to us. Do you remember,
Tell 'em,
Jesus
Ryan.
and Gunny, both of you, do you guys remember the reveal for PlayStation 4? Do you remember when they came out on stage and said, we're about the gamer. We are all about the gamer. Check out all these games. We're so about the gamer. We love you
Yeah,
guys, gamers.
remember
You're
that,
the
yeah.
gamers.
And I
We're
remember the
about
sheeple.
gamers.
I remember
Look
the
at us.
sheeple saying that.
Yes,
As well,
no.
agreeing, we love you, Sony.
Sony did say that.
Sony
said
was coming out and saying that themselves.
I
And they are
mean-
so fucking full of shit, and this just proves it.
Well, back then, I feel like they were more about the gamer than Xbox was at the time.
Absolutely, because they
They
were doing
were
the TV
never
thing, and they
about
were
the
laughing at him for
gamer.
the TV thing. So
They were
get
never
it.
about the game.
At that point, they were, because Microsoft at that point was so high up on their high horse because of the 360 success. They were like, "Fuck you!" You seem to forget that Don Matrick, that asshole, was like. They asked him, "What about the
I don't
people
get
that play offline, or they're in the military, like they're deployed in the military
No.
and they're in a submarine? Those guys can buy a 360." Who the fuck says that when you're trying to sell a new console?
Yeah, I mean, that was a stupid move. You know,
and then
It really
he did the
was.
thing with the TV,
it was
and
a
that
dumb
really
thing to
just,
say.
that really
And
just
those-
put the Xbox
those
One
guys-
way behind.
And that other guy, what did he say? Deal with it. Hashtag deal with it.
Yeah, but they fired his ass like the next
Remember
day.
that? Yeah, but that's what I mean. They did something about it. You know what I mean? They changed the whole infrastructure. They did something about it because they looked at it and went, "Oh shit, people are really pissed off at us right now," and they did something. If Sony did something like that, they wouldn't care. They wouldn't. They'd just sit there and be like, "Oh well," until they started losing money, which is, I hope they do. I shouldn't say that. I hate to see something happen to Sony where they had to stop doing whatever, being in the industry or whatever, because I don't want that, because competition is what makes the industry push forward. But the problem is Sony is not letting the industry push forward because they're making too much in their little space, and they don't want it to move forward because then they're going to get screwed, or possibly. I shouldn't say that they will. I mean, it's a possibility. Their future right now is perfect where they are, and they want to stay locked in their little world. Now, what I don't understand is if they're willing to do PC and they're willing to do Nintendo, what the fuck is the difference? What's the difference? There is no difference.
Nintendo is a Japanese company.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Microsoft isn't.
Same culture, right?
Yeah.
And it's actually kind of surprising that Nintendo was willing to do this, but I guess it helps them because they're just starting.
Brings them into like the fold of all the news about cross-platform play and all that. It makes them look like more of a real console. I hate to not call the Switch a real console, but it really is seen as a kid's console. Nintendo has always been seen as a kid's console, and I think with this newest hardware, Nintendo is trying to evolve into like an actual like mature gamer console. You know what I mean?
You know what I think? I think the next Minecraft update. Okay, the next big Minecraft update.
Okay.
Sorry, not available on PS4. Right, for Microsoft.
No, Microsoft
right
makes too much money.
They wouldn't do that
Minecraft.
though, right?
Yeah, because Minecraft is a cash cow. They make so much money on Minecraft on every
they
platform.
Like money. Microsoft likes money,
give
just
a
like
fuck.
Sony likes money.
And that kind of proves my point as well. Is Microsoft could have done that when they bought Mojang and bought Minecraft. They could have easily just said, "Nope, no more Sony. You don't get this anymore." You know what I mean? They could have done that, but they didn't.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things too that are like
The one thing
games and they release on both consoles.
The one thing that Microsoft did do though with Minecraft is they locked the PS4 players to just PS4 players. If you own Minecraft on the PS4, you can only play with PS4 players. They didn't lock it for them to play with the Switch. The only people that can play with the Switch players are the phone players, the mobile players, and the Switch players and the Xbox players can play together.
And Windows 10 and PC.
But the PS4 players are stuck by themselves. It's kind of like the worst version of Minecraft to have is the PS4 one.
Good. You know what, Sony?
Playing with people.
Microsoft should say, you know what, Sony? We'll unlock that. You just do this cross-platform bullshit.
There we go. You get us cross-platform with Fortnite and other games, and we'll unlock Minecraft for you.
and we'll let PlayerUnknown Battleground finally release on PS4.
There we go. We'll finally give them enough money to fix their shit and release on everything.
Yeah.
This concludes Ryan's rant. What's our last story, Jesus?
Speaking of PUBG, apparently Eurogamer did a recent new story on them where they went through and analyzed both the Xbox One S version, the Xbox One X version of the games. And they're saying that clearly PUBG still needs a lot of work. They're saying that the game does not at times reach the full potential of 30 frames a second. There's some frame drops still in the game, especially during the jumping of the plane. On the Xbox One S version, they saw frame rates at 9 frames a second on the Xbox One S version. But they're also saying the Xbox One X version, even though it has better hardware and it does render the game in 4K and it has higher visual fidelity with better textures and stuff, that sometimes the Xbox One S version performs better and you see performance drops on the Xbox One X. So apparently they're saying they're really having a hard time optimizing this for all the Xbox One versions, like all the consoles. Do you know what I mean? They're kind of having troubles with figuring out how to fix this shit because it performs better on the Xbox One S at some points, but then sometimes it performs better on the Xbox One S. So it's kind of hard to see to get it like a level playing field like Fortnite has done across everything. At Fortnite, dude, they're all out, man. They're going fucking, they got 60 frames a second on everything, 30 frames a second on everything if you want that.
Yes.
But yeah, fuck. It's hard to, I guess we'll see. And PUBG is recently planning to release their new map this spring, which is like in a couple weeks. Yeah. So, I mean,
do we just start over again with this Miramar map as far as
what do you do?
We gotta render it in.
What do you do if you're blue hole? You're trying to fix this shit. What do you do to fix this? I don't know, man. Make a new engine, scrap everything, start from the beginning. What the fuck do you do?
Wait,
No.
whoa. Make a new engine. I think I said that a long time ago and got a lot of shit for it, if I'm not mistaken. I don't need to make a new engine.
What do you do?
I think the engine's
what's their
fine.
issue?
I think it's fine.
Well, what is it about this game that's making it run like shit?
Is
it's a port.
Is Fortnite and PubG both run on the same engine? So you guys know they both run on an Unreal 4.
Is it the art style that PUBG has chosen, that more realistic art style that's bogging it down? Fortnite is very cartoony. It's very simple compared to PUBG when you look at them side by side. The art style, right, is way different.
Way different.
But Fortnite is way more.
You say that, but there's a lot of definition in Fortnite.
There is, but it's just the art style is different. It's just a different art.
It's more like
in Fortnite, you can run through like areas of the map that there's nothing there. There's just like the green flat grass and then like a one tree here and like a little bush here. And in PUBG, you're constantly running through blades of grass, through bushes, through trees, through forests, through rivers, through dirt, mountains, hills.
But both games will run at 4K.
There's way more buildings in PUBG.
I don't know. The thing is Epic owns the Unreal Engine. They know how to properly optimize it, and they know how far they can push the engine. So, maybe that's it. Maybe PUBG just pushes that engine a little too far at times, and it just doesn't run right. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a developer, so I don't really know exactly. I can't sit here and tell you exactly what's wrong with it. You know what I mean? But
yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens.
They're getting there. It's just taking time.
Yeah,
I'm sure they've got people working around the clock to, push these updates out.
So, I don't see PUBG coming into PS4 anytime soon.
No.
Not with how much
current state in Xbox.
Now, how much issues they're having, dude? They could not release that on the PS4. People would fucking lose their shit. What the fuck?
I don't know, Jesus. I think
PS4 players have been playing Fortnite this whole time.
Yeah. Right. I think that's the only reason it hasn't come out on PS4 is because they're not going to come out and say, "Here it is, $30. Go get it from GameStop. Here's your code."
It's going to be shitty. Frame rate drops and crashing, and the crashes are the worst. When you're in a match, you run into somebody and the game crashes. That is the worst.
Yeah.
That is the fucking worst. When you see the home screen come up, you're like, and then you're telling your squad, "Hey man, cover me. My game just crashed." Oh, that is the worst. That is the worst. Fuck PUBG. You need to fix your shit. So in the last piece of news we have here, guys, apparently there was a major Twitch subreddit debate recently about swatting. So on the subreddit livestream fell, somebody posted like the video of live streamer Paul Ice Poseidon Denino, who was reportedly swatted during a visit to a hypnotherapist in Los Angeles. So he was at his hypnotherapist and he was swatted because I guess he was live streaming it or something, like live streaming himself being hypnotized or something. And they swatted him. SWAT team showed up, kicked in the door to the doctor's office because they said that he had the doctor hostage or something. SWAT team showed up, did some Rainbow Six Siege shit, kicked in the door and fucked everything up.
Damn.
This is not the first time he's been swatted.
Jeez.
He was actually swatted inside an airplane while boarding an airplane. He was live streaming himself boarding an airplane.
Okay, I thought you were like he was in the airplane and he got. What did they do? Fucking parachute onto the wing and fucking
fly a big ass like.
I've seen that movie.
Like an F-15 flying beside, pull over.
Fucking pull the plane over. Fucking jets and shit flying next to the plane and they're fucking jumping onto it, Call of Duty style. No.
Land the plane or we'll shoot you down.
No, apparently what happened, someone said that he had a bomb or some shit on him in the plane while he was boarding it. So the SWAT team obviously showed up to the airport. SWAT team raided the plane, fucking took him down, like people were freaking out, like, what the fuck are all these cops on the plane? They're searching the whole plane. They're telling people to stay down, they're fucking scaring the shit out of everybody. But apparently this thing came up because people were saying that Reddit should start banning these posts of swattings, that Reddit should start moderating these and flagging them and deleting them. because it encourages people to do it, because people are talking about it. People are giving it coverage.
Hey, you know what? It's a private company. I say go ahead.
And Reddit, originally the people who were running the one of the moderators who was running that said that they're not going to ban things because you don't like them. They said we're not going to ban things because you don't like him. If you want a space that is safe from this type of content, you can either download the res extension and filter the word swatting out, or downvote the post and move on. But the moderator said swatting will not stop by the live stream fell banning post about it, But then another Reddit representative went ahead and told Polygon that the company's user policy prohibits content that encourages, glorifies, incites, or calls for violence or physical harm against an individual or a group of people. He says in the specific case of swatting, a user that is planning or threatening to swat would be considered in violation of Reddit's policy, and that they might start just banning those posts. And pretty much this article goes on to say that as a media, all of us as media, even us included, we should stop talking about swatting because it kind of glorifies and encourages people to do it.
Well, wait a minute now. I think personally, every time we've ever talked about swatting, we have all had a negative view on it. We've always said, after the article or whatever, that, don't do this shit. It's stupid. Don't. It's dumb. At least we're bringing to light that, and trying to tell people, hey, this isn't a thing that people should be doing. Why are we doing this? I think us, whenever we've talked about it, it's always come across as a negative thing. I don't think we've ever promoted it and been like, ha ha ha, was so good. Do it again.
We've made jokes about it, but we've always
we make jokes, but we always end with a it was a negative thing.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't. Apparently, our news machine said following this article, I too will not be reporting any stories about swatting. So apparently, he might not provide us with any more stories about swatting.
That's fine.
And I get that. If that's your stance, go ahead. But as a person who believes in freedom of speech and freedom of the press and everything, things like this need to be reported because it happens, and people don't realize it happens, and people are out there giving out their information to people, to friends online. And you might be cool with somebody one day, right? You might be their best friend on Xbox Live, and you give them your address, you give them where you live. The next day, they could be mad at you because your team killed them, and they don't want to talk to you ever again. What do they do to get revenge? They swat you. You know what I mean? Yeah. And they knew your address because you gave it to them because you were their friend before, and now you're not their friend anymore, so they swat you.
That doesn't even. You giving your information out doesn't even need to happen. People can find your address.
Ever.
Your IP address can tell somebody exactly where you're
at. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
it happens. If somebody really wants to swat you, they will. And it does happen, but this article goes on to say, that there's a media contagion effect, which is a phrase often associated with the coverage of school shootings. Yeah. That it kind of encourages other kids to do it because they get all the media attention from across the world.
But this goes back to what I was talking about before, how people are using it as a scapegoat. You know what I mean? It's just like blaming video games. You can't blame the media reporting on something, to be the blame for it. It's come on, man. There's way more other things that you can look at that are more likely to be the cause of this situation than someone talking about it. At least if you talk about it, you open a discussion and you know what I mean, and can try and get across that this is wrong. This should not be happening.
One of the subredditors commented on the thing, and he said, I'm 99% of the time against censorship of almost any kind, but this is the kind of dangerous psychological behavior that gets fed directly from the subreddit. Another one wrote, you just know these kids pop open this subreddit immediately after it happens and spam refresh to see the reactions. They get their kicks off of it. All trolls need a reaction. Prevent a reaction from occurring in the first place. And yes, mirrors will be found elsewhere, but that's a good thing. List impact, less views, less swatting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I don't do subreddit, and I know it's already a toxic community, and I know there are good, what would you call them? There's good groups within Reddit, and I've heard there are like good groups in there, but I think some of that's just Wild West, and just I know these trolls and these these younger people are just fucking, I don't know, they're just some of the crap they post is just garbage. So hey, if Reddit or moderators want to delete some of this nonsense in there, they have their right to do so. So I say go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah.
No sense feeding the trolls and
So
letting them post all this garbage in there.
moving forward, the live stream fell subreddit Reddit thing will no longer allow members to post clips or link out to videos that relate to swatting incidents. They said, because they apparently had a poll, and people were like, they made a poll saying, should we ban all swatting related content from this subreddit? 70% of people voted yes, 30% voted no. So they said, okay, we're going to ban it. Yeah, and apparently if you go in there and you link anything to anything else that kind of reports on swatting or shows swatting, you will get banned from Reddit. They just said, like, Reddit will ban you from Reddit if you post any links to anything that's related to swatting, like a news article, a video, another website that's reporting about it, another show that's reporting about it, a podcast, anything that relates to swatting, you will get banned from Reddit. So
yeah, they're basically saying take it somewhere else, not here. Let's not create this toxic environment. So that could conclude anything. That could include anything from swatting.
With that being said, I've always I've kind of had that mentality from years ago, man. When seeing the news, coverage about school shootings and stuff, they do get a lot of coverage. They do, and sometimes I feel like that maybe kind of influence people to do something like that, to get the attention they want or need. But at the same time, it shouldn't be ignored because it does happen. And I, for one, am not a person that likes censorship of any kind, really.
Right.
But we'll see what happens. I guess in the future we won't have any swatting story, guys. Is that what's going on here? I don't know. Up to you guys. I guess we'll discuss this off the show and decide what we do moving forward. Wow. Wow, this is the next article.
This is the article. This is the article I've been waiting for.
Yeah.
So apparently, back in the early '80s, when Nintendo and Shigeru Miyamoto were giving the world the brilliant platform of Super Mario Brothers, we doubt that the topic of Mario's junk even came up. He was just a tiny bundle of pixels. He ate mushrooms and flowers. He jumped on stuff, and that was all kids cared about. But as those children have grown up, and as graphics technology has advanced, and as Nintendo has revealed just what's underneath those overalls to some degree, with Mario's shirt off, people have wondered, do the Mario Brothers, have junk? Nintendo appears to have accidentally confirmed that, and the internet immediately figured out the exact length of Luigi's mushroom. It starts with the upcoming Mario Tennis Aces game out in June 22nd for the Switch. The game itself, from the team behind the Mario Tennis and Mario Golf series of games, looks pretty good. But one promotional image got attention thanks to Luigi's tight shorts. If you look closely, Luigi has a bulge there. And not only that, the image has enough scale elements that a Tumblr user determined that if it's in scale, Luigi at rest is 3.7 inches long.
Oh my god!
Some are arguing it's 4 inches.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa. Nintendo, for its part,
So first we get to see Mario's nipples, and now we get to find out how big Luigi's junk is.
Kids want to know.
Sorry, Jesus. Go
We
on.
all want to know.
Yeah, apparently Nintendo quickly took down the art in question. But I mean, once it's on the internet, It's there forever, man. Someone down, you know how many people downloaded that shit, and it's gonna be a meme. You're gonna see memes about this shit and all kinds of stuff. Oh man, Luigi's junk. What's next? Mario? Well, come on, Mario. What the fuck? What's next? You
Whose is bigger?
have him naked?
Pull it out.
Mario's nipples.
Saw his nipples. What about his junk? What if he's smaller than Luigi?
I don't know.
Oh, what if he's smaller
That's
than
the
Luigi
debate.
and he's
Next
always
week.
been the leader?
What if Luigi has the biggest junk?
What? Oh,
He needs to
man.
start eating those special mushrooms.
And that's all we have for news this week, guys.
Welcome to the year of Luigi's dick.
It totally will be. Watch the memes, man. It's gonna happen. You're gonna see that shit happen a lot.
I want to see bigger bulges next game.
But yeah, go on. Let's move on to community questions, guys. You can leave us questions on Twitter at _HorribleGamers and our Facebook group, Horrible Gamers Podcast Community. You can message us to us on our page, Horrible Gamers Podcast on Facebook. You can email us feedback at horriblegamers.com. You can join our Discord server, HGP server, and all that stuff. Yeah, you can leave us questions anywhere. You can get a hold of us. You can message us up the questions on Xbox Live, all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Any questions? Do we have any questions?
We do have questions. We have our first question is from Amar Subasic. He wants to know why his good friend Alan Baby, is always on his DS. I didn't know
How are
Alan
we
had a
supposed to
DS.
answer that?
Yeah,
How is that a
Alan-
question for us? This is a question for Alan.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I couldn't tell you. I thought Alan's always on the Xbox.
That's right. I didn't even know Alan had a DS.
No, me either.
Yeah. Why the fuck? That's our question for you, Alan. Why do you have a DS?
Yeah, why the fuck do you
where's
have
your
get a
Switch?
Switch? God damn it.
Yeah.
What the hell?
What are you playing on the DS, Ellen? That's the question.
And for whoever asked
Not
this
Paladins.
question, why are you asking us?
You
I
don't,
got
you
a
don't
question for you.
we don't have cameras in everybody's houses that listen to us.
These are
yet.
good guys to play Paladins with.
Yeah, we
and-
don't.
And
We
PubG.
don't have cameras in everybody's.
Or we're not recording when talking to us.
Close the screen. Close it down. Yeah, we don't have it. I swear.
Don't have it. We're not
Jonathan,
recording.
stop jerking off. I mean, no, we don't have it.
All right. Next one is from our
Question.
good friend Jonathan Hall. He says, if you guys were the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, who would you be and what color and why? I don't know. I would be the yellow person.
Power Rangers.
I haven't watched.
The yellow
Power
person. I want to be the White Ranger.
The White Ranger? Wait, which guy was that? I don't even remember.
I always liked the red one. I always wanted to be the red one, but I don't know if I want to be the red one now. The white one looks cooler.
You know,
See, Power Rangers is just a little bit out of my. I was too
Dude,
grown up.
I had a Power Rangers fanny pack that I would wear everywhere.
oh, nerd alert.
Oh, you did, eh?
Yeah, I had a
You
real
want to admit that, Jesus?
a lot of pictures of me as a child wearing Power Rangers fanny packs.
Did you have little
All
Power
right, guys,
Ranger?
we got to scour the internet for these pictures of Jesus wearing a Power Rangers fanny pack.
You had your Power Ranger figures in that fanny pack and your cards.
I would carry my Power Rangers with me. I would play
Wait,
with.
which one was the Green Ranger?
Yeah, there was a Green Ranger in there. There was.
Yeah.
There was him. He was the one that turned bad for a bit, wasn't he? Wasn't the Green Ranger the one that turned
no
bad?
idea.
I think he
Literally,
turned bad.
storyline wise, I have no clue about Power Rangers.
I think he turned bad on one of the episodes or a couple episodes, like a few episodes where he was fighting for the bad guys, and then somehow he realized he was bad, and he was like, "I need to be good," and he turned good.
And didn't the White Ranger wasn't always there, was he?
No, he was like a fucking weird one that would come in once in a while.
Yeah, I don't remember much about Power Rangers, but yeah.
The yellow
I
one
think
was
I'd be
an
the Green
Asian
Ranger
chick.
just because I like green.
Yeah, the yellow one was an Asian chick.
Yeah.
The red one was
That's
some
what I want to
dude.
be. I want to be an Asian chick. Sure.
There was,
You know
there
which
was
one I
the
want to
black,
be?
the
Alan,
Black Ranger was, of course, a black guy.
the one
I
I want to
remember
be is the
that.
one with the
Cool.
best martial arts skills. That's what I
There
want
was
to
a
be.
blue Ranger. There was a blue one.
Yeah, blue and green.
There was a pink Ranger too.
Pink Ranger was a girl as well.
Yeah, it was a girl.
Go figure.
Wait, was the Yellow Ranger a
It was
girl?
it was an Asian girl.
I knew it was an Asian. I just didn't know if it was. I don't remember.
Yeah, actually, the actor who played the Yellow Ranger, she died in a car accident in like South America a long time ago.
Ooh.
Pretty bad car accident. She passed away. But yeah, man, fucking Power Rangers, hell yeah! I haven't even watched
Mighty
the new
Morphin
movie that
Power
came out.
Rangers, bro.
Yeah, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Fuck yeah! The new Rangers kind of suck, like the new version of it, like
Yeah.
Power Rangers, whatever the fuck, Gen something. They're stupid. Fuck this stupid shit. The old Power Ranger was cool, and then the guy they talked to, like the headquarters guy, I don't know who the fuck, I don't know who the hell that was. Thought he looked weird.
So Jesus.
Wasn't it like the guy from Breaking Bad years ago back in the original?
Was it?
Right?
Maybe,
No,
I
I
don't
forgot
know.
that dude's name, but
I don't think so.
yeah. I thought he was in that show. Anyway, you were going to say something, Ryan? Before I ask the next question?
Yeah, I can't remember. Never mind. No.
Joe.
What,
good
what
friend-
color would you be though? What color would you be, Ryan?
I said green.
Green?
Green, yellow,
Yeah.
and Jesus, you're what? You're
I'll
pink?
be
Oh, that's what I was gonna ask. Jesus, why the White Ranger?
because he looks cool. Because he's random. Like he just comes in once in a while. He looked cool, man. His armor looked cool as shit. Or maybe the red one. The red one was just a badass.
So you're just more privileged.
Wasn't he the leader? Wasn't like the red one
He
the
was like
head?
the leader. Yeah, he was like the main one. Right? He was like the one that was always saving everybody. Like the Pink Ranger's getting her ass kicked, and he would come in and like kick some ass real quick, and then.
you're saying if I'm yellow- I'm less privileged.
The yellow one would get her ass kicked all the time too. Like the girls would always get their ass kicked. They would like be ambushed by a bunch of bad guys.
It's amazing how
racist.
fucking
You know that?
racist it is. You know what I mean? When you really think about it.
Think about it, yeah. Like holy fuck! I can't believe they made the Asian one yellow. That's so fucked up.
Man,
Oh,
they're saying I'm
man.
Asian because I'm yellow?
Black one's black.
So bad.
Oh man.
Man,
This
you
was
just turned
back in a
us into something
time
bad.
where the social justice warriors weren't out.
So yeah,
Yeah.
they could get away with shit like that. I guess it was really weird. But yeah.
All right, what we got
question,
next?
Benny.
Sorry, we just hacked that all up, Jonathan. It's blame Jesus. Joseph Anthony Pitt, Jap on Twitch. Okay, he hasn't confirmed that yet, but confirm that with us, Joe. What are your expectations for COD Black Ops? Is that Black Ops 4? Yeah.
My expectations for COD are that it's gonna sell. And I still don't care.
Yeah. It's gonna sell a shitload. It's gonna sell $2 billion in the first 24 hours. I bet.
Yeah.
Totally want to go back.
But they won't get my money because I don't care.
I think-
buying it like always.
Yeah.
Every year I say I'm not gonna buy it, and I end up buying them. I don't know. It's like it just happens.
The only way I'll play it is if Gunny buys it.
No,
It's
I
like
never buy the Call of Duty.
Activision just has like access to my bank accounts. And I'm like, we're just gonna take this $60 right here.
I think Advanced
Your
Warfare.
annual
I don't know,
Call
one
of
of
Duty fee is coming out this month.
Yeah.
The last time I bought a
It's
Call of
coming out
Duty was
earlier than usual, Jesus, so you better be careful.
You see that they moved out of the way from Red Dead Redemption?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like
They're
coming
October
out-
17th
That's
now.
a
or
smart
something.
coming
business
out-
move, though. Not because, well, just because that's a good strategy because they want to make the most money for
Before
slotted
everybody
time.
spends their money on Red Dead 2. Yeah, I mean, it seems like everybody has either rolled back the release date before Red Dead Redemption. If you're releasing against Red Dead, you're fucking crazy. You are insane.
Yeah.
You are.
not
You're
just saying your
willing to
game is
make your
not going to be
company
bad
fail.
or anything. Just if you want to make the most money, like
If
don't
you wanna
waste
make
any
money,
fucking time during Call of Duty
yeah,
or Red Dead.
Don't even think about releasing it 2 days after Red Dead. Ain't nobody gonna be buying your shit. Nobody.
But it's funny. It's funny because Call of Duty is usually the game that people try to get out of the fucking way of.
Yeah, now they're moving back.
Now they're getting out of the way of fucking Red Dead.
Yeah, it's like playing a game of Infected, right? Oh my god, everybody move! Here he comes! No, you're it now. Shit, get out of the way.
Red Dead, though, dude. Rockstar is just one of those things that you just don't want to fuck with. It's just like you don't want to mess with them. If there's anybody in the whole games industry that you don't want to get in the way of, it's gonna be Rockstar Games. I mean, if it was like Max Payne or something like that, maybe they would have still done it, the week of. But it being Red Dead, a game that's expected to be like a mega hit, yeah, they're like, fuck no. Move that day back a few weeks.
Yeah. But for Call of Duty, I haven't bought a Call of Duty in probably 3 years.
Really?
Yeah, it's been that long.
Oh, I recently played this. I forgot to mention it. I beat what's that Call of Duty? The Ghost. I beat that this
What?
week. I played it.
I tried to play that single player campaign.
See, because I'm trying to run through all the Call of Duty campaigns as of recently to like see which one's the best. And still nothing has really compared to the Modern Warfare series. Like Modern Warfare 1 was good, but to me my favorite one was 2. And 3, I just liked it because it kind of wrapped up the story of Captain Price and Soap and all those guys. It kind of just wrapped up their story, But 2 was the coolest in my opinion because they introduced Ghost and all those guys that got killed off in the game, which kind of sucks, but it introduced them. But this last one that came out, well, not this last one, but the one that I just played, Ghost, this was like the first one that came out on the Xbox One. And that campaign wasn't very good. It wasn't good. Like,
who was the guy from House of Cards? Kevin Spacey? What was that game that he was?
That one was Advanced Warfare. That's the one that I played before this one. So that one was
that's the last one I bought. That's the last one I played, and I thought it was a great campaign.
Ghost. That one was better than Ghost. Yeah, the campaign was much better than Ghost because Kevin Spacey nails the bad guy acting. You know what I mean? Like that asshole acting. Like I'm gonna fucking kill everybody, whatever. Like he nails that. But yeah.
But let me just say for Call of Duty, so I don't have any high. Well, I want Black Ops 4 to be really good. I don't know. I want to get it. I do want to play it. But I'm not super
Didn't you
excited
just
about
say
it.
you're like I'm not buying it. I don't know.
I like the trailer.
World War II, guys. I mean, we're gonna go back to World War II.
Hell yeah, I love World War II games. So
I don't know if I want World War II again.
But I can tell you that it's going to be successful.
times
It's going to be good.
I've played the landing at Normandy beach thing. You know how many times I've played that? So many times.
Yeah.
Too many times. I've seen it in movies too many times. Nothing compares to Pearl Harbor in those movies, but or Saving Private Ryan, those movies were good, but it's like every time they try to nail that, they try to go for that, and they kind of almost get it, but it's like we've done it too many times, guys. What do you guys? Why don't you just go back to modern times again? What's so hard about modern times?
That's gonna, they're always going to introduce something that's going to entice people to play it.
Yeah, boots on the ground. We're going back to our roots. That's what they always say. They say that every single year. You know that? They say that every year.
As long as they keep that core gameplay, that's what keeps people coming back and going, fuck yeah, man, Call of Duty, it's the same shit I love every year,
Yeah,
new skin. But they love it. People come back all the time.
I guess.
Yeah. So, but that's the fun part about it, right? That's what keeps people coming back.
Expectations
they have that formula. They're gonna be.
My expectations for it is gonna be good.
Yeah.
It's going to be a decent campaign, and the multiplayer will be fun, and the zombies will be cool. You'll have a Hitler Nazi zombie. Hopefully you get to kill Hitler in this game or something. Hopefully it's not a realistic World War II game, but one where you get to assassinate Hitler somehow.
Yeah.
Because in the last one, Call of Duty World War II, they had that really cool mission in there that was a stealth mission. I don't know if you guys played it, but you went undercover as a German officer, a chick who was a German officer, and you went into this building and you're walking around, you're dressed like an officer of the Nazi regime, but you your job is to go in there and kill one of the Nazi generals or something like that that's in there. So you have to walk around and show people your pass and shit, and that mission was really cool. It reminded me of the Expendables or something like that when they dress up as Nazis and shit and they sneak into the place to kill Hitler. It reminded me of that.
Yes, yeah. And then there was a Brad Pitt movie too, right?
Yeah, that movie. That's the one I was talking about. What the fuck's that
I don't know
called?
what that was called.
Glorious Bastards.
Okay. Yeah, not the Expendables. What the fuck?
Glorious Bastards.
Yeah, there's that movie. Yeah, Inglorious Bastards. That's the one that I was thinking about. It totally reminded me of that mission, because at the end of that mission, everything's crazy and there's shooting and explosions and you're trying to escape and the Nazis are locking down the base and all kinds of crazy shit happens.
Next
part of the question.
Next part of his Joseph's question is the new Elder Scrolls Online expansion. They teased it yesterday. Are we excited for that?
I have
Honestly,
no idea.
I have no idea what this is. I never really played Elder Scrolls Online. It's just something that I wasn't interested in from the get-go.
I mean, I have Elder Scrolls Online,
You do?
and Gunny, you, me, and Clint went in one day, tried to play it, and it just doesn't hold my interest. I don't know why.
It bored
just
me to
doesn't.
tears.
Yeah, it just doesn't hold my interest at all.
I'd rather play Skyrim.
Yeah.
Skyrim. VR.
Yeah, I couldn't get into it. I bought this game on launch, Elder Scrolls Online. And
Same here. I have it on disc.
Yeah, it doesn't excite me at all, Joe. I can't get into it.
I never got into it. I never played it. I never even... I saw the new one day, the Tamriel expansion or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, should I buy this one? Because you get all this, whatever. Yeah, the Morrowind one. And I was like, should I buy this? Because you get everything. But I was like, I'm going to be under leveled. Everybody's going to be way ahead of me. And I was like, no.
No, it doesn't really matter. That doesn't really matter. Jesus.
Oh, does it?
But I want to know.
Is
Yeah,
it
I want
like-
to know from you, Joe. What
When you play
you're
this
excited
game,
for, what holds
is
your-
it like single player type thing where you can just be in there by yourself doing quest? Or is it like a multiplayer focused thing?
No, you can do it by yourself. You don't have to play with other
Really?
people.
There's other people in the world, but they're just there. You can.
They're just there.
Yeah. No, you can go you'll see they'll be attacking something and you can go over and help them, or someone might come along and help you out or whatever. But then you just kind of go on your separate ways afterwards, unless you're in a group together trying to do something, right? But even that was kind of tough when we were playing. The three of us were playing together. It was like we would all end up in separate places because we just kind of wander off and end up not sticking together or whatever. And then sometimes you go into an instance and then your party doesn't come into that instance with you, and then they come in later and it doesn't meet up with you. I don't know. It was weird.
I still feel it's like single player, but you can always. I think the best way to play this is with one other co-op partner, right? Not three other people. So I think it's the perfect.
I think the more
game.
the merrier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
we're not really Elder Scrolls Online people. It's not really our type of game, So it's kind of tough. Like I said, I bought it at launch and I just never touched it. And then one time I was like, you know what? I know Gunny has it. I know Clint has it. I said, let's get together, because maybe if we have a group of friends who want to play together, we'll get excited about it and start playing it. And then we were just, all of us at the end of it, we're just like, blah.
Yeah.
I don't.
I'm gonna go play something else, something that's funner. And I did give it a good chance back during launch. Anyway, next question is from a guy named Clint, Mr. Vengeful Jedi. I reached out to him via private text message. He says, Sea of Thieves. Do you think this game will have some staying power, or do you think its lack of character progression system will contribute to its eventual demise? Ryan, you go first.
I think it will. I think it'll have a little bit of staying power, especially with it being in Game Pass. I think a lot of people will be downloading it and playing it. The player progression, there is player progression. I don't know what he's talking about. Lack of player progression. Your character upgrades. You get every mission you do, you get experience towards your gold hoarding, or experience towards your merchant stuff, or experience towards that souls thing that we don't even really know about, because I don't think that was in the beta. So it's, I think especially because it's on Game Pass, it's going to have a decent amount of people playing it. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, right?
Yeah.
What do you think, Jesus?
Sorry, guys. I was muted. I don't think there's a lack of player progression. I think we don't see skills being upgraded, but the game is still going to be good. It's still going to be fun. I think the cool thing about the whole game for me, what I want upgraded is my ship. And I think having a really cool ship is going to be what's going to drive me to play the game quite a bit and want to reach that legendary pirate rank or whatever, Like, I really want to get there, and I want to see what being in that new pirate hideout is going to be like, because you're going to be able to access that only if you're level 20 or whatever the hell it is to get legendary pirate. That's going to be really cool. I really want them to introduce a clan feature to the game where you can have a clan type of thing going on where you can have other ships kind of roll with you or play with you, and even if they tie those to a certain server where only those types of players are in groups, that'd be cool. You know what I mean? Because I could see accidents happen where you run across another ship and they kind of have like, oh fuck, is that a ship? And then you shoot at them and then you realize like, oh fuck, that's Ryan's ship. Oh fuck, sorry Ryan, sorry, we almost sunk you there.
Yeah,
I want
hey, almost sunk me. Yeah,
just like
yeah.
Well, you better be careful. The Canadian Mounties are gonna come get you soon.
Oh shit.
Clint, to answer your question, I think it will have good character progression, like Ryan talked about with. It had those 3 tiers of, what was it? There was trade. There was, what were the
three merchants? There was the gold hoarding, and then there was some souls thing that I never figured out.
But so Clint, I think there's going to be different. I think one of mine will be, there's going to be like, gold trading and collecting items and things like that. And I thought, man, like people, I think will get a lot of time out of that. And so I think there's something for everybody in this game. If you just want to go out and you don't care about any of that stuff and I just want to go out and shoot and like try and sink ships. Hey, there's that, right? There's that for you. Or I just want to go out and do these certain missions, just play this single player. Because I see people on Twitter like, I just want to play by myself and just get my little single ship and sail around. Sure, more power to you.
That last beta, I played a lot of the single player because no one was around when I woke up in the morning and I just wanted to play. And I had fun, man. Like just cruising around, collecting my chests.
Yeah, you're waking up at fucking 4 a.m. We're still sleeping.
Your time.
Yeah. Like Canada time, right? Hey.
No, not 4. It'd be 5 because
5 my time. I'm
usually up around 8 or 9 o'clock. So 5 or 6 for you guys.
I didn't get home till later working. But but then, it's just, make your own adventure. That's the other thing too.
That's really
I think
cool,
there will be.
And Game Pass, man, it's gonna have a lot of players.
And I think there'll be a lot of, exploration, for some. So just want to just cruise around. Sail in the open seas. Something for everyone, absolutely.
Right.
We'll be pirates on the storm.
We'll go. That was cool at the end. I was like, that's a cool song. Thanks, Ryan. I was singing that all week.
Of it.
I kept getting messages from Imes. He's like, God damn it, your song is stuck in my head. He's like, I wake up in the morning singing it. That's
I had
thing, right? That I did it good. It's catchy. It gets stuck in your head.
I was singing that the other day, and I had a helper with me. So he's like, "What?"
Hasn't even played Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
No, he hasn't. Yeah.
Oh, he told me the other day. He's like, I haven't even played that game at all. I'm like, you're missing out, dude. You're missing out. Yeah. But all right, last question
from John Jerome. Hey, do you guys still play games on your phone, or has the Switch stolen your mobile game time? I'm curious about that too. Like, do you find yourself less time on Facebook, or like on your phone, just playing more Switch on your tablet?
I mean, as long as there's something for me to play on mobile, I always play Clash Royale. I'm constantly playing that. I'll always be playing that. I don't really talk about it on the show because it's like, what am I going to say? It's just like a quick game that I play. Every once in a while. Well, I'll daily, actually. I play it daily. But, and now with PubG, I've been playing that, And to be honest, I said to you guys in the chat earlier that I think I have a better time playing it on mobile than I do on Xbox or PC. You know, I feel like it's a tighter package. Like it runs well, and even with the touchscreen controls, it's fine. I also played a lot of Guns of Boom when that came out. Like, you know, I gave up on that, but that was for different reasons. So.
Yeah. No, I mean, I play games on my phone. I play that fucking Game Dev Tycoon game, dude. I'm so into that thing. It's
You're still playing that?
It's ridiculous how much I played that game. It is insane. I literally spent the other day like 6 hours straight on my phone, plugged into a charger, playing this stupid fucking tycoon game on my phone that's about developing video games. And it's just that because they tease you, right? Like one game will be like a hit, like it'll be like a 9.8 out of 10 because of all the reviews you got. So you make all this money, and then you're like, oh, maybe I could just release this other game right away, and then that'd be a fucking huge flop, and then you lose like half of that money you just made. You're like, oh fuck, oh, it's just so good to try to. It's just a good game. If you haven't played, if you're into tycoon games, kind of like managing things and trying to figure things out like that, or like any type of those games or strategy games, kind of like a strategy game, I recommend you check out Game Dev Tycoon on iOS. It's $5, but there's no ads in the game and there's no microtransactions. It just works. And they have like a really hard mode called pirate mode where people actually pirate your game. So every time you make a new game, if you don't have the latest anti-piracy software, like sometimes 80% of your game will be pirated. So you lose all that money.
You know what's funny about that game? The dev studio, if you go on one of your pirate sites and download Game Dev Tycoon and pirate it, it actually pirates your game that you make in the game and screws you over.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a mode that you can play on in the mobile version that I have, because the mobile version is a little bit different from the PC.
This was in the first version. I don't know. Like in the first, are you playing? You're playing the second one, right?
Well, on the iPhone it's just called
Game Dev Tycoon 2.
No, it's just called Game Dev Tycoon, and it's just constantly updated.
You know what? I might be getting it mixed up because there's another one too.
There's another one called This is like
Game Dev Story, I think is what it's called. Yeah. I think that was the one that had that. If you pirated the actual game, the game would pirate your game, and then you wouldn't be able to get anywhere because your game kept getting pirated. Which is like a funny workaround, you know what I mean? It's like that's hilarious. I almost wanted to pirate the game just to check it out.
I was playing it the other day, and I had it on pirate mode, man, and I had locked a bigger office. So I'd hired these two people to work with me to develop games, and we made a bunch of hits, but our games were pirated so much. They were getting pirated so much, and we went broke. We could not afford to make games because we didn't have enough money to research the better piracy software. So like our games were constantly pirated. We made like a top 10, like it was a straight 10 out of 10 all the way through, all the reviews. 10 out of 10, perfect game. It was like an RPG fantasy game. And it said like 96% of your purchasers were pirated. I was like, what the fuck?
The game was so good it got pirated. Yeah.
I made like $1 million off of it when I should have made like $1 billion almost, you know what I mean? It's insane how that game works, but it's fun. I recommend it. And there's a lot of games on your phone that I recommend. One of them will be Fortnite probably here pretty soon.
I like Gate Crashers. That's what I play on my phone currently.
Yeah.
There's a few other games, and there's that are just like it.
And the Switch doesn't take away from that because I can carry my phone anywhere, and I always have my phone. I don't always have my Switch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's easier to charge my phone than it is to charge my Switch. Well, maybe not. Maybe the Switch is easy to charge. I don't know. Whatever. You know what I mean. But real quick, guys, I have more questions. One of them is from our friend Thomas Tapia. He posted in the group the other day. He said, okay, so I never leave questions, so here goes. What's the lifespan of a brand new game that is highly anticipated? How long do you and your regular gaming friends play together before you get bored? He says, I think this question is pretty relevant considering games are recommended on this show. We all have our tight-knit gaming communities, but how long before you get sick of a game either because there's no one to play with or because another game comes out. And I told him 1 week. Because for me, it kind of is 1 week sometimes, especially during the months where games come out back to back. But, he was kind of directing that towards us. He was saying, I was like, I know you guys recommend games all the time, right, on the show. You guys talk about them, you recommend them. But why should I buy it if there's nobody playing it when I buy it, like a month later or so or whatever, like 3 weeks later? Well, I told them it's kind of hard, for us to be not biased on this question because I buy almost all the new games.
Yeah, and I think for one, I remember we were in a party and we were playing Monster Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like just bored playing that game. He's like, yeah, I'm going to go do this. Who wants to play? I'm like, yeah, not me. like this sucks. I haven't gone back to it yet.
So he had bought Monster Hunter based off recommendations, but nobody wanted to play?
I think so. I don't know if I recommended that game. I just said, it's okay. I'm having fun with it for what it's worth, but then
I recommended it, but then I got bored of it and I said it sucks.
But then, like, for example, Destiny.
I think all three of us were having a good time with it at first, and then we all tailed off of it real quick.
That's kind of the hard part about
I think I was like Destiny 1. I kept saying Destiny 1's boring. I never liked it. I hit my level 20 and never went back to it. But then Destiny 2, I think it was a great game. And I love the multiplayer and the world. And I think we played that for a good, what would you say, Tom? Maybe a month and a half, 2 months after release? Like with various...
I give games about a month. I would say, I'll be playing a game for around a month before I'm gonna tail off of it, unless I'm not enjoying the experience. Once I stop enjoying the experience, I'm not gonna keep playing. And that's, that has to do with the show as well. You guys discussed that in the actual comments, and it's funny because I kept going to type something, and you and Gary were just comment after comment after comment. So by the time I finished typing what I wanted to say, I'd look at the comments and be like, well, I can't even fucking send this because you just said it. And then Gary said the other thing that I was going to say. And then you said the next thing I was going to say after that. And I'm like, I'm just going to I'm not even going to bother commenting on this because you guys were going nuts.
Yeah, because, I told him straight up, the reason, I'm constantly moving on to new games is a lot of it is because of the show. We're not a podcast about a game. We're a podcast about video games, so we got to talk about all the games really, to stay relevant and entertaining for the listeners. If we were to be sitting here talking about Destiny 2 still, we would lose a lot of listeners. Yeah. We can't have that. So to stay relevant, we have to kind of move on to new games constantly. And
I think also since I had bought this gaming PC a year and a half ago, however long it's been, and that's the other thing too, where it's man, there's I might only turn my Xbox on twice or 3 times a week, where
I have the Switch. I barely turn this thing on to add people.
For the other 3, I'm gonna be dabbling around in PC and Steam.
Sitting right here.
I had this right here. I haven't played nothing on it in the last month, probably. Yeah. Besides Mario Odyssey. But yeah, so there's that. So, Thomas, if you recommend a game, kind of take it with a grain of salt.
But he knows that. And I think everybody else is like, what the hell, man? You guys said that game was good. And then you don't play it, after a week or 2.
People should understand that, we talk about games and initially it might be really fun, but then it get kind of boring at the end. You never know, it's just what it is. He also said something about Fortnite. He says, I remember when you guys did the episode in Fortnite and said it was going to fizzle out, basically. Man, that was fake news.
Hey, no.
Crazy how big this game has gotten for real.
No, but then, we're talking about the vanilla game of the $40 early access.
We're talking about the Save the World stuff, and that died off quick.
Big time. Yeah.
Hey, and we missed a question, guys. We missed a question.
Oh, okay. Next question.
Did I?
The next question is from, I don't know how we missed this because it's from Brian Tulp Jr.
Oh, fuck. How did you miss this, Gunny?
Oh, maybe it got asked later.
It did. It got asked after John's question. So
See, I've been working.
But it's been up there
so
for
much.
3 hours, so we haven't been on here for 3 hours.
Yeah,
What's
Gunny,
going
you're
on,
not doing
guys?
your damn job.
I'm
What the
sorry.
hell?
I'm gonna go back on here.
So the question is,
fired.
can you tell us who have not had the privilege of playing with Jesus, what is it truly like?
Oh man.
So have you never played with Brian? Jesus?
No, I haven't. He plays. I don't know what he plays, but
I don't either, to be honest.
Clint.
He plays the asking the question game. I don't know what the fuck he plays.
Yeah.
Vengeful Jedi said, "It's
playing with
glorious."
Jesus. Playing with Jesus is kind of like, playing with your cat. Sometimes it's going to be fun, and sometimes he's going to scratch you.
Playing with Jesus is like playing with a snake.
Oh, shit.
No, kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, Gunny, you should have been like, playing with Jesus is like taking a blue pill.
Ooh, oh man.
Sometimes you're in the mood, sometimes you're not.
And
I got a lot of shit from last week's comment I made about playing with good players. And I like the polls. I like how Wingman came at me and said he has to unfriend me because he might not be good enough to play with me.
might not be good enough. Told me he would play with me anytime.
Yeah, it's just, it is what it is, man. I play sometimes games that people don't play, like Surviving Mars. You don't want to be in a party with me when I'm playing that because I'm too focused on the game. PubG, I play it, but every time I play with people, like, all you guys that you say you want to play with me are in like full parties. I can't play with you if you're in a full party. Like,
Yeah, I see parties of 4. I'm like, I'm not joining.
no, I'm not joining that. No.
But then again, sometimes I do because I know that maybe that other person is going to.
Sometimes I invite you and invite you and invite you and invite you, and then you don't show up. And then what happens? The party fills up, and then you show up. You're like, oh, hey, guys, sorry, I guess the party's full. You guys aren't good enough players for me to play with. Fucker.
Oh,
shit! Like in that party, and then
it's like you're sitting there watching the party,
later,
waiting for it to fill up, and that's when you hop in.
Party. I didn't know he was even here. We didn't know you were there. You were so quiet.
I game with people. Overwatch, especially Overwatch. And Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah.
Here we
go.
go.
I game with Jesus on
Really? I still haven't played Outbreak. What's going on with that?
We should play Outbreak today then. I mean,
No, I have plans for a full team tonight.
Oh,
I get my Jesus time in twice a
Rainbow
week.
Six.
team.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, sorry.
Full Jesus. Sorry, you're not good enough.
You guys are going to lose. That's what I'm saying. You would beat it if I was there.
Probably.
Oh, man. Yeah, I like gaming with people.
Jesus, I'd like to schedule a gaming date.
Yeah, you have to schedule it. That's what you have to do with me. You have to schedule a gaming date.
We got to set up a schedule so that Jesus can work around all these people. Want to play with them.
Yeah, get to game with the entire community.
So Brian, Jesus, we need to start up a Google Doc. So just Brian, have people sign up for whatever times,
for dates and times.
Yeah, dates and times
available.
It's gonna be like making a doctor's appointment. You make an appointment to play with Jesus,
and if you don't show up, you're never gonna be on that list again.
No, if you don't show up, you get charged for it.
Oh shit! I send them a bill.
Yeah. So Brian, for those that have not gamed with Jesus, you want to know what that experience is like, right? So I think Jesus can really sum this up and just say, it's special.
Is it?
It's special, right?
No,
right, Jesus?
It's not
Did I take the words out of your mouth?
Very special. I mean, I make you feel good.
Gunny, take your dick out of his mouth.
We win. We win all the time. We win all the matches. I'm just saying.
All
good players. Good players only. You know, that's what happens.
Only chicken dinners when you play with Jesus.
Mm-hmm. If you're going to play Sea of Thieves next week with me, I mean, we're going to be winning. That's all I'm saying. We're going to be winners. We're never going to lose a shit battle.
Anyways, Jesus, get us out of here, man.
With that being said, guys, make sure, guys and girls, actually, make sure to head over to our Facebook group, join our Discord. If you don't have the Discord link, we'll send you a link. Message us asking us for the link, and we'll send you one. Head on over to Twitter and follow us at _HorribleGamers. You can always email us at feedback@horriblegamers.com. Please donate money to us through our Patreon campaign. Head over to patreon.com/horriblegamers like Jonathan Hall did, Alan Navy, Joshua Wolf, Bill Gardner, Evan Tanaka, John Jerome. Thank you guys so much for paying. We received that payment last month. Appreciate it. We'll receive one next month from you guys. We love you. You can always do a one-time donation over on our website, www.horriblegamers.com. Head over to the donate page, and it will send you to our PayPal, and it will let you donate a one-time donation to us through PayPal. Get us over on our website, www.horriblegamers.com. You can also find all our shows there, find our links for our groups, etc. I had a Discord link up there, but somehow it got deactivated because Discord, I had it set to permanent, but Discord, when you invite people, it likes to make 24-hour links, and someone deactivated the permanent link on that, so it got deleted, so I need to redo that or whatever. Yeah. Anyways,
you should just set up a post like once a week that posts.
Yeah,
something. I think I noticed that with Twitter, like it says not available. Yeah, but we had we don't good discussions.
It's not a consistent link, even though you click the button for some reason.
Permanent, right? Yeah, like it doesn't do it. It's really weird. Like permanent maybe means
it never
a week.
Changes as far as I know. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's weird.
It's the same. Fucking weird. Yeah, I don't get
it must
Discord.
Be for, I hope it's just for spam. Like it doesn't. I don't know. That could.
It doesn't let you spam it. Anyways, Discord is a new community we have going on. I mean, not a new community, but a new place for our community to get together and chat with people. It's pretty much a chat room. You get in there, we have channels for PUBG. We have a channel for Monster Hunter. We have a channel for gamer tags now. So add your gamer tag list on there for your PSN IDs, your Steam IDs, your Switch IDs, all the IDs. And if I haven't added you on Switch, I'm sorry. I'm going to turn it on right now and try to go through the group and add people. And yeah. That's it for me. Find me on Xbox Live, gamertag Jesus Walks Alive. I'll be playing Sea of Thieves this week, guys. Please join me on Sea of Thieves. Let's do some pirating fun. Also, I'll be playing more Surviving Mars and other games, probably, maybe. Tomb Raider's coming out September 14th, by the way.
Yeah.
Tomb Raider, September 14th.
You can find me on Xbox Live, Steam, PSN, Mixer, Twitch, pretty much everywhere. Under Gib8777, and I'm going to be playing Sea of Thieves a lot this week, so come join me. Arr, mateys, let's get us some booty. Arr. Gunny, where do they find you?
Yeah, find me, Gunny Chief, on Xbox, Steam, Discord. Discord, I'm probably just under my name for Henley Merrill. But yeah, I want to thank everybody for joining who's been on the Discord. You know, it's just like Facebook. It's a little more, less... convoluted as far as that goes. I see some new people on here. Yeah. Bullstone, I think he's just may have just joined. We've got Impalo, and he's been posting his Twitch channel on there. So he put the link, boom, I'm able to just go right to it and follow him on there. Yeah, we're talking about gaming monitors today. So just showing different gaming monitors that I'm interested in. So it's a good discussion. But no Twitter or no Discord questions on there. But yeah, I'm getting more and more used to this Discord. So yeah, I'll definitely be playing some Sea of Thieves, matey, this week when that comes out. Yeah, go to Twitter, follow me on there, and Horrible Gamers Podcast.
Yeah, woo! We're done, guys. We're done. Show's over. Peace out, Brussels sprouts. We'll see you on the next edition of the Horrible Gamers Podcast. Sorry about not having a spotlight this week. It was missed week break, I guess you could call it.
Oh yeah,
spring break for Horrible Gamers.
Yes. We'll have one this week.
We will. We love you guys. We'll see you next time. Horrible Gamers. Bye.
Clean your controllers and go to bed. Bye-bye, everybody.
Now go back to work.
Sorry, my computer is a little more secure than yours.
Oh.
PC Master Race.
Oh, it's Canadian.
Yeah. I gotta go make another coffee.
Oh, God. God.
It's 1 o'clock in
We sat
Canada
here for
land.
so
You're
long
still
that I
talking.
finished my goddamn coffee. I need another one.
It's 1 in the afternoon. Shouldn't it be tea and crumpet time? Canadian?
Tea and crumpets, yes. I'll be back in a sec.
Don't you motherfucker.
Okay.
Okay.
Got my coffee, got my water, got my vape machine.
The vape. Vape with the grape. Into my bank account. Into my bank account.
What are you talking about?
Into my bank account.
What's going into your bank account? Me, my hands going into your motherfucking bank account.
Get your
Take
hands out of my bank
motherfucker. What are you laughing at, Jesus?
Oh, shit.
He's watching silly cat videos. That's what he does in his free time. That's on his dating profile. I watch funny cat videos.
I like to watch funny cat videos. My name is Jesus. I like them. Kitties are my favorite.
I take walks in the mall.
Long walks in the mall, especially when it's raining out.
How dare he? Oh, I can tell you're from Toronto area, aren't you?
Oh, you're from the Toronto area, are you?
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey, that's pretty neato.
Oh, my
Whoa.
Oh,
What happened?
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, my God.
Fucking, let's just go.
No, hold on.
Hang on, I'm gonna set up the other TV so that I won't fuck this up.
My
God,
Emoto.
YouTube. Fuck
Oh, it's
you
still going.
guys.